And a very pleasant, good Saturday afternoon to you all. Gabe Farias and Sean Morris here at Hero Stadium. 28-6A matchup. And Sean, it is a win and you stay in kind of game in the logjam at the top. Both of these teams still have a fighting chance of getting into this playoff race, into this in one of the four playoff teams. But, man, this is a tough district today. Roosevelt and Churchill, a huge 28-6A matchup.
It absolutely is. And you hit the nail on the head. These two teams are sitting at 5 and 6 right now and just nipping at the bud to get into that number 4 spot.
Yeah.
Churchill can win and be tied for number 4. Roosevelt's got a little more work to do, but you're right. They're both trying to stay in that hunt tonight.
Yeah, Roosevelt is 2-3 on the season, 1-2 in 28-6A play. They are coached by a great coach, Matt Carroll, who I hold in incredibly high regard. Last week, though, they lost a tough one to Johnson, 63-35. The Churchill Chargers, they are 2-2 on the season, 1-1 in 28-6A play. As you mentioned, a win tonight. They're coached by Ron Harris, another guy who I hold in tremendously high regard. They come in rested following a bye week. I'm guessing that's going to be an advantage, being that last week you had a knockdown throughout with Johnson if you're Roosevelt.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's always good to have a bye week, and we're kind of in that time of the season where there are a lot of bye weeks, not a lot of games played this weekend. So, yeah, whenever you get that opportunity to get a bye week, especially when you're sitting where you are, it kind of gives you the opportunity to reload and prepare for the second half of the season. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, we've got a great show lined up for you today. We've got Carly Kronk. She's a swimmer at Churchill. That's a part of our Outside the Locker Room. And a little later in the program, we're going to be running down what happened on Thursday and Friday of Week 6. However, we had action in Week 5, which was a week ago right now. We're going to run down some of the individual standouts from Week 6, starting with Harlan Hawks senior running back Jacob Gonzalez. He ran for 160 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also caught 5 passes for 131 yards as the Hawks beat the undefeated Warren Warriors 59-52 in overtime. Big win for Harlan.
Yes, it was. Brandon Garcia of the Brackenridge Eagles ran for 303 yards and 6 touchdowns in their 55-43 loss to Harlandale, which was our game of the week last week.
The Warren Warriors' Darian Holmes caught 19 passes. You heard me, folks, 19 passes, 279 yards and a touchdown in their 59-52 loss to Harlan.
Wow, 19 passes. Lauren Johnson of the Johnson Jaguars ran for 217 yards and 3 touchdowns in their 63-35 victory over the Roosevelt Rough Riders, who we will see tonight.
That is exactly right. Alamo Heights quarterback Conley McKenna threw for 223 yards and 5 touchdowns, rushed for 2 TDs in their 62-0 win over the Burbank Bulldogs.
Bernie Greyhounds defensive back Houston Hendricks had an interception, forced 2 fumbles, had a pass breakup, and 9 tackles in their 41 victory over my alma mater, the Salado Eagles.
How about in the greater San Antonio area? We had some big performances. Seguin Matadors Devin Matthews returned 2 kickoffs for touchdowns, a 77-yarder and a 75-yarder, caught 2 touchdown passes, rushed for a touchdown in their 54-27 win over MacArthur.
Divine Warhorses running back Ethan Santos rushed for 202 yards and 4 touchdowns in their 42-14 win over Uvalde.
Last week, there were also some big wins for some big football programs. Let's right now run down the Week 5 big wins and big teams of the week. The Brandeis Broncos, man, their stellar play continues. They defeat Madison 50-27 to stay undefeated in district play. How about Charlie Bruce and those Broncos?
The Smithson Valley Rangers shut out the previously undefeated New Braunfels Canyon Cougars by a final of 35-0. Smithson Valley staying hot in the season.
They are a tremendous football team. How about the Sam Houston Hurricanes defeating Edison, the Golden Bears, by a score of 26-24. 14-5A Division II is a knockdown throughout. This is a big win for Sam Houston in a very, very tough playoff hunt.
The Taft Raiders keep their playoff hopes alive. They defeated the O'Connor Panthers by a final of 24-6. This Taft Raiders team is really good, Gabe, and they won a big one last night, too.
And they just keep winning and winning in that tough north side district. How about them Cowboys, man? Last week, McCullum, they won a close one against Lanier by a score of 14-9, keeping them in that 14-5A Division II playoff race.
Those are your Cowboys.
That's right.
The Judson Rockets, well, they got their chance to take on the Midland Legacy Rebels this week. And how about this track meet, Gabe? Look at that final. Judson wins 60-50. No defense in that one.
How about a huge win for the Harlan Hawks? We talked about it earlier. They defeat previously undefeated Warren 59-52 to keep their playoff hopes alive. Quite a race in 29-6A. That fumble right there sealed the overtime win for Harlan.
And probably the biggest win of the week, it has to go to the Sotomayor Wildcats, who got their program's historical first win as they defeated the Holmes Huskies 14-8. And let me tell you something, Gabe, they celebrated big after that one. First-year team, and you get your first win, there's going to be a party.
Talked about a lot of coaches that I hold in high regard. Coach Morales there at Sotomayor is certainly one of them. What he did at Highlands, what he did at Holmes, and what I know he is going to do at Sotomayor, he is a good one. I want to talk about the Taft Raiders. We're going to run down KSAT's 12's top 12. They are not in that ranking this week, but they just keep churning out big win after big win. They won big last week. They won big this week.
Night. Yeah.
That is a good football team.
They are a really good football team. They've got a great running back. Their quarterback was the player that missed a couple of games when they played that Brennan game. He was out. And, you know, we've talked about the fact that it's kind of Steele Brennan, and then there's a gap, and there's everybody else. So, you know, you expect that. But they are playing really good football right now. They've got a great running back, great quarterback. Their defense is playing good. I mean, they only had 6 points scored on them last night, so they're a solid football team.
Charlie Bruce and the Brandeis Broncos, got to throw a quick shout to them because they had a big one this past weekend. We'll go over that here in just a moment, but they are playing exceptional football in a really, really tough district.
Yeah, 28-6A is a tough district. Of course, Brandeis, Clark, and Marshall all in that district, even though they're Northside schools. But Brandeis is holding their own right now. You know, anytime you move to a district, everything changes.
Yep.
You're not used to it. Coaches, you got new coaches, new teams, new everything. Although they do play a couple of these guys in the preseason, you know, before the district season starts. But Brandeis is holding their own, and they are doing a great job this year.
All right, coming up next, a very special outside the locker room on a fantastic athlete at Churchill. Don't go anywhere. It's game day right here on MeTV.
It's so easy to love Pick and Pull. Why? How about the largest inventory in South Texas? How about the ease of finding your part with our interchange and real-time inventory search at pickandpullsa.com? How about an organized yard and maps to find your parts, plus a shuttle? At Pick and Pull, we make it easy to save money on the quality used auto parts you need at a price you can afford.
More to pick, less pull from your budget. Now that's Pick and Pull.
It's high school football time, and John Wayne is right in the middle of the action. At the end of this game, one of the players will be chosen as the John Wayne Player of the Game. Go to johnwayne.com right now and vote for the player who you think will win. Pick the correct player, and you'll win 2 tickets to a 2023 San Antonio Gunslingers home game. And just for playing, you'll have a chance to win the John Wayne $10,000 home makeover package. Don't fumble. Go to johnwayne.com and vote before the end of the game.
I'm Oscar Cardenas. In football, we fight hard to make it happen. That's what makes us winners.
18-wheeler or company vehicle wreck injury put you on the sidelines?
Get a winner to fight for you. A lawyer with grit and determination who will not stop until you get justice and all the money you deserve. And that's Wainwright Injury Lawyers, so don't wait, call 8.
Call Wainwright Injury Lawyers, 888-8888 now.
Want to win? You know who to call. That's right, Wainwright.
Respect, justice, demand it. Wainwright Injury Lawyers.
Folks, athletes, they go through adversity. That is the nature of sport. But at Churchill, we showcase a very special student athlete that is not only going through that adversity, but she is excelling at the very top of her sport. Here is this week's very special Outside the Locker Room. Carly, we talked to you a few years ago, and you were just starting out in the Churchill swim program. Now, as a junior, as a sophomore, you were the 3rd best in the 200 freestyle. You were a state finalist in the 500 freestyle. Talk about your time in the Churchill swim program and how you've received just a tremendous amount of support in your time here with this program.
Well, it's been really good. I mean, I have I have an amazing coach, and then the teammates here are really amazing. Like, they all supported me. I remember, like, getting my medal at state, and just having all my teammates right there congratulating me, so they're so supportive.
Carly, talk about Coach Chetto and what he's meant to you in your career here at Churchill as a swimmer.
So Coach Chetto has coached all 3 of my siblings, so really close with my family, and I've known him for a very long time. I remember walking into my family's swim meet, and he's just supported me from a very young age. And I remember being excited to come to high school because I'd be able to work with him. Because I just remember watching all my siblings work with him, and he's just a really good coach.
I think the best way for looking at Carly is when you look at kids that come in with some sort of deficiency, whether it's hearing impaired or some other level of either academic problem that they may be struggling. She shows that you can just get out there and do it. She is a super self-advocate. That is one of the things that really impresses me about her. Her freshman year, she was a little quiet and timid, but by the last year, she really just started to shine.
Talk about the inspiration that Carly is to other athletes that have limitations, in showing them, regardless of what limitation you have, you can still accomplish great things in life.
Well, I think in terms of just the way her actions, the way she presents herself, she's not afraid to give it her all, and she's not afraid to, there's not a barrier in front of her. She considers how she does, just like every other athlete. She goes through her life like every other athlete, puts in the time, puts in the effort. I mean, she's got the stick-to-itiveness that you could not believe.
You are the limit. You are what putting the limit on you. No one else is stopping you. You're stopping yourself. So just don't stop yourself. Just keep going.
Sean, what a dynamic student athlete, Carly Cronk. That last question I asked her, what do you tell kids who have a limitation or a disability that tell themselves, I can't do it? She said to tell those kids, you are your own limitation. You don't let this limitation prevent you from doing great things. She was a bronze medalist in the 200 freestyle at the state level, 6A state level. She was a state finalist in the 500 freestyle. She did participate in the Deaf Olympics, and she won 12 gold medals. This is a young lady that is going to compete at the next level, but also could potentially compete for the Olympics for the United States. And what a fantastic story, Carly Cronk.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. And I agree with what she said. You are your own advocate. You are your own worst critic. So just get out there and do it.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Sean's going to be taking a look at Roosevelt and Churchill here at Hero Stadium. It's Pick and Pull South Texas high school football game day on the KSAT Big Game Coverage app and on MeTV.
It's so easy to love Pick and Pull. Why? How about the largest inventory in South Texas? How about the ease of finding your part with our interchange and real-time inventory search at pickandpullsa.com? How about an organized yard and maps to find your parts, plus a shuttle? At Pick and Pull, we make it easy to save money on the quality used auto parts you need at a price you can afford.
More to pick, less pull from your budget. Now that's Pick and Pull.
If you don't mean it, it's just words. Well, integrity is basically loyalty to be good when no one is watching, so you should do it because you know it's right.
Do you like going fast? Because I do. Hi, this is Jeb Burden with the John Wayne Service Company number 27 race car. I'm encouraging you to join the Fast Track to the Trades with John Wayne Service Company. Enroll in the John Wayne Academy for technical excellence today and change your life with a career in HVAC, plumbing, or electrical in just 90 days. Get paid to learn a trade. Take it from me. Get on the Fast Track to the Trades and call John Wayne Service Company 293-6700.
Welcome back to Pick and Pull South Texas High School Football Game Day. Gabe Fadias and Sean Morris. Again, a little later in the program, Sean is going to be breaking down our matchup here at Heroes, Roosevelt and Churchill. A huge district ball game, a win and stay in district ball game. We are proud of our partnership with KSAT 12, Larry Ramirez and Greg Simmons. Each week we highlight their KSAT 12's top 12. We're going to start right now with KSAT 12's top 12. In at number 12, the Seguin Matadors with a record of 4-1. They are one of several teams in the area, Sean, this week with a bye.
Number 11, the Southside Cardinals. They will most likely stay in the 12 top 12 with their 58-6 win over South San last night.
Arlingdale 4-1. They're going to probably stay there. They had a bye week as well.
Warren Warriors, they suffer a tough loss to Taft, 44-6. So we'll see what happens next week.
In at number 8, the New Braunfels Canyon Cougars, 4-1, resting with a bye this week.
Number 7, how about them Clark Cougars? They have a 5-1 record following their huge win over Madison last night, 42-14.
Let's run down our 6-2-1. This is where the ranking gets fun. Sean, in at number 6, looking to move up, the Brandeis Broncos, now 5-1 following their victory over Johnson last night.
Yeah, I expect these two teams to flip-flop. Johnson 4-2 now following their loss to Brandeis last night.
In at number 4, Alamo Heights. They had a bye week. They're more than likely going to stay there at 4-1 on the season.
Staying at number 3, the Smithson Valley Rangers. They had a bye week. They're still at 4-1.
How about the Brennan Bears? Probably no change atop 2. They are now 4-1. They defeated O'Connor big this week.
And the Steel Knights, our number 1 team, they did have a bye week, but they've had some big wins this season, especially that one against Brennan to start the season off.
Lake Travis, Hutto, you name it.
Yeah.
The Steel Knights, no change. 3-2-1. We were talking about this literally on the drive in, and you said outside of 3-2-1, where does everybody else rank?
Right.
And I'm starting to think that Brandeis is starting to creep into that equation. They are now 5-1, big win over Johnson, who was previously ranked number 5. That was a big win for them. So let's talk about some of those big wins from last night. Week 6 scores and upcoming games here on KSAT, starting with O'Connor dropping to Brennan 41-6.
The J Mustangs defeat Sotomayor 40-17. That was a game I did Thursday night.
Speaking of Brandeis Johnson, how about Brandeis with a big win 35-24 over the Jaguars?
The Harlan Hawks getting hot again. They defeat Stevens 59-31.
Where was Taft in that ranking?
I don't know, man.
Taft with a big win over Warren 44-6.
Veterans Memorial and Lockhart. How about this score? 49-42. Good game.
Central Catholic defeats Bernie Geneva 20-7 as they prepare for Taft's district play.
This may be an upset here. Antonian defeats Somerset 45-27.
And Holy Cross defeats the Young Men's Leadership Academy 41-14. Another game we have here today. It's a 2 o'clock start. Reagan versus Lee.
And right here we have Roosevelt taking on the Churchill Chargers following our broadcast. And as you can remember, every week, all games you can catch on the KSAT Big Game Coverage app and KSAT.com.
Now, you know I hold Greg Simmons and Larry Ramirez and Mike Klein
in
and
the
the folks
regard.
at KSAT in the highest of regards. Taft needs to be in KSAT 12's top 12. They've had one loss. It was a big loss to Brennan, who's on another planet.
Right.
Those guys in steel, I think, are on the moon playing football, and everybody else is on planet Earth. Still, though, I think Taft, win after win after win. Larry, Greg, our plea. Taft needs to be in the 12's top 12.
Yeah, and I think
they're going to.
Yeah, they are. And I think they're even higher than that. I think they're probably a top 6 or 7 team. I think they're really good.
And you don't take a couple of knuckleheads like
That's
us
right.
to tell them that. It's not their first
They
rodeo.
know what they're doing.
The Brandeis Broncos. Coming into the season, there were a few question marks. Win that first game against O'Connor, and they've had one loss, but they have been on a roll from that point.
Yeah.
Charlie Bruce has Brandeis playing very, very well right now.
Yeah, they're a very solid football team, so they look really good.
Somerset and Antonian, that was one from last night that caught my eye. I did the game. I went in looking ahead. I said, this is Somerset and Bernie High in week 9 of the season, or I guess what would be week 10 of the season is the week before the last game of the year. I'm looking at that game, and if I overlooked Antonian last night, you got to think that some folks there in South Texas overlooked. That was a big win for Antonian last night.
Yeah, it really was. Big win for those guys.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Sean is going to be taking a look at Roosevelt and Churchill. Also, our predictions. What color sock am I wearing? I've been wearing the same socks for 2 days. I'm sorry. I apologize. We're going to be coming up with that all in just a moment. It's Pick and Pull South Texas High School Football Game Day on KSAT's Big Game Coverage app, powered also on MeTV.
It's so easy to love Pick and Pull. Why? How about the largest inventory in South Texas? How about the ease of finding your part with our interchange and real-time inventory search at pickandpullsa.com? How about an organized yard and maps to find your parts, plus a shuttle? At Pick and Pull, we make it easy to save money on the quality used auto parts you need at a price you can afford.
More to pick, less pull from your budget. Now that's Pick and Pull.
2023 San Antonio Gunslinger season tickets are now on sale.
Let's go Gunslingers, let's go, baby.
Reserve your tickets for the original professional football team in San Antonio, the Gunslingers. It's fast-paced, high-flying, over-the-wall professional football. Plus non-stop entertainment. Affordable family fun is what the San Antonio Gunslingers are all about. To get the best seats and prices, reserve your 2023 San Antonio Gunslingers season tickets now.
I'm Rashad Wisdom. Coach showed us what it takes to win on the field and in life. You've got to have power and determination. You've got to be fearless but smart with a focused strategy. That's what it takes to win, and that's what attorney Wainwright's got.
Wainwright Lawyers fight to get you the most money possible.
When life knocks you down with a car, motorcycle, or 18-wheeler wreck injury, get a champion. Wainwright. Don't wait. Call 8.
Call Wainwright now. 888-8888. Respect. Justice. Demand it. Wainwright Injury Lawyers.
Welcome back to Pick and Pull South Texas High School Football Game Day. Gabe Fadia, Sean Morris broadcasting from another beautiful scenic view here at Hero Stadium as we prepare for, and this is the understatement of all understatements, a huge 28-6A matchup, a win and stay in matchup between Roosevelt and Churchill. Sean, tell us what's going to happen.
Well, let's start off tonight talking about those Roosevelt Rough Riders, who are the visiting team coming in here tonight. They come in with a 2-3 record, 1-2 in district play under their head coach, Matt Carroll. They are coming off a 63-35 loss to the Johnson Jaguars last week. Ouchie. On the offensive side for the Rough Riders, senior quarterback Brian Roeder has thrown for 701 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. He's also rushed for 153 yards and 2 scores. Junior running back Brennan Carroll leads the Rough Riders with 553 yards rushing, which is second in district, and 6 touchdowns. Wide receiver Dillian Coleman has 248 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns, and right behind him is Devin Tennyson Shepard with 167 yards. The Rough Riders offense has put up 1,821 yards this season in 5 games, and they'll need to keep that going tonight against the Churchill Chargers. On the defensive side for the Rough Riders, sophomore linebacker Ja'Cory Carrillo has 5 sacks on the season and leads the Rough Riders defense with 45 tackles. He also has 5 tackles for loss. Junior linebacker Josiah Ali has 4 sacks and 13 tackles for loss, so expect to see him in the backfield all night tonight. Defensive back John Callow leads the team with 2 interceptions, and the Rough Riders defense has struggled this season. They've given up almost 338 yards of offense per game, and their season does not get any easier after this week. They still have to play Brandeis, Clark, Reagan, and Marshall. Tonight would be a big win for them with only 4 district games left.
Yeah.
So expect for them to look for the weaknesses in the Churchill Chargers tonight. Speaking of the Churchill Chargers, let's talk about them for a minute. They come into this game with a 2-2 record, 1-1 in district play under their head coach Ron Harris. They lost to Johnson as well, but their loss was 2 weeks ago, 30-17. And as Gabe mentioned earlier, they had the bye week last week. On the offensive side, the Chargers keep the ball on the ground with their dual threat quarterback Hunter Pavlicek. He has 297 yards passing and 4 touchdowns, but he also has 161 yards rushing and a score. Running back Isaiah Blankenship leads the Chargers rushing attack with 377 yards and 3 touchdowns. And when Pavlicek does throw the ball, his go-to guy is Diego March. He's got 159 yards receiving and 3 touchdowns. And keep an eye on big number 77, Jackson Cruz, who comes in at 6'4", 270. He will create some big holes for the running backs tonight. On the defensive side, linebacker Roman Romo leads the Chargers with 41 tackles, and right behind him is Brock Ramzinski.
Brock.
How about that name? That's
Yes.
a great football name. He's got 40. D lineman Wayne Roundtree and Jaden May both have 6 tackles for loss. And Cooper Kuntz has 2 sacks on the season and an interception. The Chargers defense is giving up 268 yards per game, and most of that is through the air, so their DBs are going to need to step up tonight to stop the Rough Riders who like to throw the ball. The Chargers have the almost exact schedule as Roosevelt, with Lee being their final game. So this is a must-win for the Chargers to stay in that playoff hunt. If they win this game tonight, Gabe, they go to 2-1 in district, and they're tied in that 4th-place spot.
So I'm going to say that it seems like, just looking at your very extensive,
thank you,
fantastic, lucid notes, what I came out of that was, don't let Churchill control the time of possession.
Right.
And if you're Churchill, control the time of possession. Yeah. That's exactly what I got out of that.
Pretty simple. And when you look at these two teams, I mean, Churchill obviously likes to run the ball. Roosevelt likes to throw it a little bit more, so it's going to be a little bit of a difference between these two teams. Two different dynamics from both of these offenses.
And if you are the Roosevelt, if you're the Churchill Chargers, prevent the big play. That is a must for Ron Harris and that defense.
Well, you know, I'm not going to make a prediction tonight. I'm going to go to our director, Shane Melling, with our prediction. But one of the things that he keeps telling me, he says, this Roosevelt team's really fast.
Yeah.
And they are. I mean, and you and I have talked about it. We've done college football. We've done a lot of high school. We'd always talk about team speed.
Difference makers.
Yeah, and Roosevelt's got that team speed. So we'll see what happens tonight.
But what it seems that Churchill has is the consistency to maintain a game from start to finish, and it's going to need that consistency is going to be so needed tonight in their contest with the Roosevelt Rough Riders.
Yeah, and you look, too, you know, I talked about the D lineman, Roundtree and May. They both have 6 tackles for loss. These guys are in the backfield all night, so that could change the dynamic up of this Roosevelt offense.
All right, buddy, it's time to make predictions for tonight. I know you're calling the game.
Yes, I am.
I don't care. Give me who's going to win.
Well, I'm gonna defer to Shane. He gave me his prediction. He changed it yesterday. So Shane has got Roosevelt winning this 28-24, and as I mentioned earlier, he just thinks they're too fast for Churchill.
Wow. Well, of course, I pick my teams based off of the color of socks that I'm wearing. So let me just go ahead.
That you've worn for the last 2 days.
Yeah, which I've been wearing for the last 2 days. Who do I have? Okay, I'm getting a cramp. There's a cramp. There it is. Oh, my goodness. I've got the Roosevelt Rough Rider red. And if you kind of look closely, you can kind of see the blue. It literally matches the red. And you know what? Let me take off my other sock just so you know, because I cannot. Oh, look at that.
Oh, man. Yeah, you've had that one on for more than 2 days.
Yes, I wore white and red because Roosevelt's going to win this one 28-14. All right, folks, that's gonna wrap up today's game day program. Don't go anywhere. Bobby Stotzenberger, my man Sean, and myself on the sideline for Roosevelt and Churchill coming up on Me TV for the entire game day crew. For Sean Morris, I'm Gabe Fadia saying, enjoy the game, folks.
It's so easy to love Pick and Pull. Why? How about the largest inventory in South Texas? How about the ease of finding your part with our interchange and real-time inventory search at pickandpullsa.com? How about an organized yard and maps to find your parts, plus a shuttle? At Pick and Pull, we make it easy to save money on the quality used auto parts you need at a price you can afford.
More to pick, less pull from your budget. Now that's Pick and Pull.
It's high school football time, and John Wayne is right in the middle of the action. At the end of this game, one of the players will be chosen as the John Wayne Player of the Game. Go to johnwayne.com right now and vote for the player who you think will win. Pick the correct player and you'll win 2 tickets to a 2023 San Antonio Gunslingers home game. And just for playing, you'll have a chance to win the John Wayne $10,000 home makeover package. Don't fumble. Go to johnwayne.com and vote before the end of the game.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, John Wayne!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to October, where it is a beautiful 84 degrees for our first afternoon contest here on MeTV, and it's a very important one out of District 28 6A as the Churchill Chargers take on the Roosevelt Rough Riders. A very key game for these two teams. If you want to make the playoffs, you better win this one, as these two teams very desperate to win this one to stay in the race. As right now, Brandeis out in front of everybody in district play at 4-0. Reagan across the away a little bit at Comalander today, 2-0 in district play. Then you got Clark at 3-1, Johnson at 2-1, and Churchill sitting at 1-1 right now, and Roosevelt 1-2. You can Madison, Lee, and Marshall have almost eliminated themselves from contention here already in the early start of district play. It's a beautiful day here at Hero Stadium on David Edwards Drive. We were a little worried last week because the weather was still rather warm, but 84 degrees here, so the weather gods have been on our side here for this contest here today. As we welcome you into the broadcast here today, Bobby Stotzenberger joined by Sean Morris. Andy Skelton is in Indiana today. We want to give a shout out to his dad, Cullen Skelton, celebrating his 61st high school reunion.
Nice.
With the Rockport Zebras of Indiana. They were the Class 8-man state champions back in 1961. So congratulations to Cullen Skelton, Andy's dad, and Andy's off for the week. And Sean, what an important game in district play. This one is kind of winner stay in the race, loser may be kind of out of the race.
Yeah, that's exactly what Gabe and I were talking about on the show before this. This is really a win and stay in. Whoever wins this game's really going to stick in that number 4 to 5 position right now. Churchill obviously will be tied for 4th, but Roosevelt's got some work to do to get back into that top 4.
Let's look at some of the impact players, and namely the quarterback and running back for the Roosevelt Rough Riders.
So Brian Roeder, the quarterback for the Roosevelt Rough Riders, just one heck of a player right here. Makes great throws. We're going to see him throwing the ball around all night tonight.
Yeah, and he is a dual threat, and that is kind of the tradition at Roosevelt to have a guy as a dual threat, and also to have one of Coach Carroll's sons on the team as well as one of the key things over the year. Remember Bryson Carroll being an impact player for Dad. Well, so is his younger brother, Brennan Carroll.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is one of the things that we like to see the Roosevelt Rough Riders do is they mix it up. They're going to throw the ball. They're going to run the ball. They've had success on both sides. We talked about Carroll in the pregame show, 553 yards rushing on the season. He's second in district and 6 touchdowns. Pretty impressive.
And the Rough Riders have kind of been a Jekyll and Hyde team this year, but when they get it going, they are a very explosive offensive football team. For the Churchill Chargers, this is a team that really is built primarily, Sean, on their defense as we continue to look at Carroll's highlights. But Churchill, not a big offensive team, but offensively they count on Hunter Pavlicek to make some plays for them.
Yeah, and Pavlicek is really solid. Dual threat guy, 297 yards passing. He's thrown 4 touchdown passes this season. But like you said, he's playing on both sides, 161 yards rushing and a score as well. So a dual threat guy, a guy that can make a lot of changes and a lot of difference in a game.
They like to control the clock.
Yes, they do.
With their offense. They like to grind the clock. We could have a very short game if Churchill's having success. They are mainly built on defense. That's always been the Ron Harris mode.
Well, and, you know, a couple of guys that we talked about the pregame show is Roman Romo and Brock Ramzinski. How about that name for a football game?
Love
for
it.
A football name. 41 and 40 tackles. But these D linemen that they've got, Wayne Roundtree and Jaden May, both of them have 6 tackles for loss. So these guys are in the backfield. We're going to see them all night, just causing havoc in the backfield.
They are going to have a great game to contain this explosive Roosevelt offense. All right, folks, it's a Saturday afternoon matinee affair here at Heroes Stadium, and a very important game in district play. We'll be back with our keys to victory in just a moment from Hero Stadium. This is the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
School football time, and John Wayne is right in the middle of the action. At the end of this game, one of the players will be chosen as the John Wayne Player of the Game. Go to johnwayne.com right now and vote for the player who you think will win. Pick the correct player and you'll win 2 tickets to a 2023 San Antonio Gunslingers home game. And just for playing, you'll have a chance to win the John Wayne $10,000 home makeover package. Don't fumble. Go to johnwayne.com and vote before the end of the game.
I'm Zachary Franklin. On the football field, my job is to do whatever it takes to win. Coach taught us we win the game with the right plan and teamwork. Your future's not a game. After a serious injury from a car truck wreck, how things turn out depends on having the right plan.
Wainwright Lawyers fight to get you the most money possible.
Get a fierce, experienced team of lawyers who do what it takes to win.
Call Wainwright now, 888-8888.
Don't wait, call 8.
Respect, justice, demand it. Wainwright Injury Lawyers.
It's so easy to love Pick and Pull. Why? How about the largest inventory in South Texas? How about the ease of finding your part with our interchange and real-time inventory search at pickandpullsa.com? How about an organized yard and maps to find your parts, plus a shuttle? At Pick and Pull, we make it easy to save money on the quality used auto parts you need at a price you can afford.
More to pick, less pull from your budget. Now that's Pick and Pull.
The BGC app, KSAT and TSB are delivering the best high school football Texas has ever streamed.
Hold on to this one. 85 yards.
We have the games, we have the technology, and it's all free. Over 100 games, highlights, and more. Bigger, stronger, better. This season, expect more. The BGC app. Experience the next generation of coverage. Powered by the Children's Hospital of San Antonio.
We're back at Hero Stadium getting set for the national anthem. Before that, real quickly, Gabe Fadias down on the sideline with the Roosevelt keys to victory.
Yeah, Roosevelt keys to victory. They're going to have to maintain balance offensively. Do not let Churchill control the tempo of the game. And, guys, both of these teams, they got to play like their season depends on it.
All right, there you see the KLegato.com keys to victory for Roosevelt. Now for Churchill, Sean.
Well, Churchill needs to do what they do well offensively and execute. They need to dominate the special teams and keep the explosive plays to a minimum.
All righty, folks, the kickoff just around the corner. Churchill versus Roosevelt, District 28-6A. It's the high school football showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on Me TV.
North Park Lexus of San Antonio and North Park Lexus at Dominion have over 350 used cars in stock, plus over 100 L-certified vehicles available. Each L-certified vehicle receives a comprehensive 161-point inspection and is backed with an industry-best unlimited mileage warranty, roadside assistance, and 2 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit either North Park Lexus location to select one for your high school student or graduate. North Park Lexus, proud supporters of high school athletics.
If you don't mean it, it's just words. Well, integrity is basically loyalty to be good when no one is watching. So you should do it because you know it's right.
Y100, San Antonio's new country leader. Alamo City proud. Mornings with Frito and Katie. Your hometown country station. San Antonio's new country leader. Y100.
The BGC app, KSAT and TSB are delivering the best high school football Texas has ever streamed.
Hold on to this one. 85 yards.
We have the games, we have the technology, and it's all free. Over 100 games, highlights, and more. Bigger, stronger, better. This season, expect more. The BGC app. Experience the next generation of coverage. Powered by the Children's Hospital of San Antonio.
Welcome back to Hero Stadium on David Edwards Drive. There you see Morgan's Wonderland across the street. Bobby Stotzenberg along with Sean Morris for an afternoon game. And for us guys with old eyes, this is a good thing, Sean. We can see the action so much better as Cameron Van Pruin will tee it up for Churchill. Churchill won the toss and they deferred, so they'll kick off to the Rough Riders to begin today's contest. Andrew Price back in the middle of that return unit, along with Deshaun Washington. As this ball is kicked right up the middle, and Price will have his chance. He fumbles the ball, still bouncing it, dribbling it practically, and he'll get control of it to the 20-yard line. An interesting return there, to say the least, but it will be Roosevelt football. First possession here as we set the starters now for the Roosevelt Roughriders. Up front, Galloway, Williams, Bustamante, Rios, Roeder the quarterback, Carroll the running back, Ali the tight end, Tennyson, Shepard, Nicholas, and Coleman. Coleman, their number one receiver, Sean. Keep an eye on him. He is an explosive talent at 6'3". Roeder from the shotgun, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line, a two-back set. He'll hand it off. Coming left with it is Carroll. Good speed, around the edge he goes, and out to the 27-yard line, a pickup of 7. As we look at the Churchill Charger defense now. Roundtree, May, and Hardy up front. Kraus, Kuntz, Ramzinski, Romo, and Miller. The linebackers, Webb, Goodsman, Factor, and Hernandez in the secondary. Pretty good first down play there by the Rough Riders.
Yeah, nice pickup on first down. Gives them a good second and short.
Roeder out of the shotgun, shifts Carroll out, looks, and then fires it across the middle, and is a little behind Jamari Nichols and incomplete, so sets up a 3rd down for Roosevelt.
Defensive backs for Churchill right now playing off just a tad, and that gave him the opportunity to throw it to Jamar Nichols. He just was unable to haul that one in.
Big 3rd down already. Roosevelt trying to get off to a good start here. A must win basically for both teams. Brian Roeder takes the snap, hands to Carroll. Carroll churns his way for a 1st down. Did a good job that time, Sean, of staying behind his blocks to get the Rough Rider 1st down.
Yeah, that was Oscar Williams and Jeremiah Bustamante who were out there leading for him, and he just did what you do. Put your hand on their back and follow and pick up the 1st down.
Well, it's 5 and 6, and they're both, that was number 5, Dante C. Dante C. and Brennan Carroll, they both are 5'8". And they're 5 and 6, so you got to keep an eye on that. That's number 6, Carroll. C makes a block for him as he turns the corner, and he'll get a 1st down. A gain of 11 on 1st down there for Brennan Carroll. Just like his brother, he's got explosive speed to the outside.
Well, that's what our director, Shane Melling, said before the game. He said, I just think Roosevelt's got too much speed, and you saw it there. Brennan Carroll going around the right end there, picking up a 1st down.
Roosevelt, a little tempo now as they stack 2 receivers to the left side. And now Roeder walks up to change the play, perhaps. Looks to the sidelines. Churchill's last time out 2 weeks ago, they lost on a Saturday to Johnson, 30-17. Roeder, after a long count, finally takes the snap and hands it off, and it's Carroll again out to the 47-yard line. Pretty well defended that time.
Yeah, great job by that front 4 for the Churchill Chargers. Just did a good job of fending off their blocks and only letting him pick up a couple of yards. Still, I mean, you say that was a good defensive charge. He picked up 4 yards, so not a bad run by Carroll.
Yeah, it seems minimal when you're talking about Brennan Carroll being as explosive as he is. 4 wides now. Roeder on 2nd down. Flare it out to Carroll, and that's behind the line of scrimmage. I thought it was, yeah, I think they're going to spot it where they're going to bring it back. Sean, that looked like a lateral to me.
Yeah, it was, but I think they called it an incomplete pass. That's what this ref on the
hard to tell from that angle, but it looked like it was behind the line. But
I agree.
They're going to go ahead and call it an incomplete pass and I guess a forward pass, so they'll keep the field position, and it's 3rd and 7. Again, Churchill had 2 weeks to prepare for this. Didn't play last week, lost to Johnson 2 weeks ago, 30-17. Both teams' last opponent was Johnson. Roeder going to throw, going to scramble, has an open field to the right, directing track, and he'll keep it himself. Good decision. And he'll pick up a Rough Rider 1st down.
I like what Roeder did on that. He kept his arm up and kept pump faking, and that kept the defensive backs off. He knew he just had to get to the 45-yard line to get a 1st down. That's right where he went down. So great heads-up play by the quarterback.
As we mentioned, Roosevelt's last opponent was also Johnson. A little bit different. It was 63-35, a little more offense. obviously, in that contest. Brian Roeder on 1st down and 10. Hands it off. Coming left again is Carroll. Carroll weaving through, and nice run on 1st down. That's 2 1st down runs off of 1st down plays. That one goes for 12. Another 1st down for the Rough Riders.
How about Carroll's vision on that play, Bobby? Just realizing where he needed to go. He found the 2 holes he needed to get through. You'll see him right here on this replay. Watch right here. He cuts right there because there's a gap. Then he cuts again right there to get out of that one. Great move.
Carroll stays next to Roeder, now motions out again. They're going to throw the slant. It's tipped in the air and intercepted. A diving interception by Diego Sostre, 160-pound sophomore linebacker with the Oski off the tip drill. Big play there for the Charger defense.
Let's see who tipped that. Number 96 for the Chargers. That was Jaden May, that defensive tackle. Heads up play by him. Pops it up to the linebacker, makes the catch, and it's a turnover.
There you see the Charger offense. Gonzalez, Cruz, Schuster, Vasquez, Robledo up front, Pavlicek the quarterback, Blankenship the running back, Smith, Marsh, Karam, and Vigil the receivers. 1st down, Churchill. They are a ground and pound team as they hand the ball off to Isaiah Blankenship, and he'll push forward for a gain of 3 yards. Again, they like to keep it on the ground. Blankenship, a 205-pound running back, as they will go up tempo, which is unusual.
I think his knee hit early. I think his knee hit early, right, as he was making that cut.
Let's go back to that defense now for Roosevelt quickly, if we can, Shane. As you see Henry, Dilworth, and Ali up front, Salazar, Carrillo, Ray, and Salazar, the linebackers, Washington, Coleman, Hall, and Benavides in the secondary for Roosevelt. Already a big 3rd down and 7 play. Passing down for Hunter Pavlicek. He's going to go on play action and roll to his left, and he gets hit, breaks that tackle, runs down the other way, and then skips his receiver, and a 3 and out. And that was disrupted from the very beginning by the Rough Rider rush.
Yeah, it really was. They got back in the backfield early, forced Pavlicek out of there, rolled to his left initially, came around to his right. You'll see here on the replay, just didn't have the arm strength to get it down to his tight end.
Gabe, it seemed like Roosevelt had all the momentum before that pick, and they were able to come up with a big defensive stop quickly.
Well, isn't it funny how a slip, there's the foot going right out from the running back, as when that running back went to cut, looked like Sean, he was going to pick up 3, maybe 4 yards, but his knee went down. They marked him down there. And for a running football team like Churchill, how big of a difference is 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 3 versus 3rd and 7?
Good punt there by Cameron Van Pruin. Price fields it at the 29. Price forward and spinning around like a top, and finally stopped at the 40-yard line. But Sean, that was a really good Rough Rider drive prior to the interception. So they still, I think, have some momentum after their defense forces a 3 and out.
Well, you can see, too, that they do a little bit of everything, and we talked about that in the pregame show. They like to throw, they like to run. They're going to mix it up a little bit. I thought they found some success in the run there on that first drive, but they went to the pass twice. One time incompletion, 2nd time interception. So they may want to go back to the running plays because those seem to be working pretty well for them.
They have the tandem of Dante C. and Brennan Carroll in the backfield. And this time it will be C. Nice hard run, churns the legs out to the 46-yard line. Nice 1st down run there by Dante C.
Dante C. was wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, but one thing he never stopped doing was pumping his legs, and he picked up 6 yards. What a run.
I'd like to see more of him as he has just 24 carries coming into this game, 104 yards, so that's a 4.3-yard average. Of course, Carroll's their big play guy. 553 yards rushing coming in, averaging 8.6 yards per carry. They'll go to, fake it to C. Nice fake there, and pulling it out is Brian Roeder, and Roeder crosses midfield for a Rough Rider 1st down.
Roeder, not a big guy at all. You know, you talked about the 2 running backs being 5'8", quarterback's 5'9". I mean, not a big stature in that backfield, but I like the way Roeder plays. He's a tough runner.
Sean, we talked about time of possession being such an important part of this football game. In the pregame show, Roosevelt is controlling the time of possession, but they got to get some points on the board.
I was just about to say that. It's kind of a changing of the guard here.
Empty backfield, and now Carroll comes in motion. They'll look to the right sideline, wide open, but overthrown. My goodness. That time, Brennan Carroll was all alone on the sideline, and a misfire there from Brian Roeder.
I think the sun may have played a part of that,
he looked right into the sun.
Yeah.
I literally took the same angle as he did, looked up, and like my retinas went crazy.
Yeah,
and my pupils and the whatever else is in my eyeball.
Well, the cheerleaders for Churchill on the near side are all wearing sunglasses. If that gives you any indication of what it's like looking towards the home side of the stadium right now this time of day.
My irises, all of them.
To keep it on the ground this time, Carroll takes it forward for a gain of about 5. His brother Bryson was a great player. Dad Matt is the head coach at Roosevelt. They've all been outstanding for this program.
That was a good run by Carroll. Probably didn't need to make that last cut. If he would have kept it going to the right, I think he would have picked up a few more yards.
So it's 3rd down here for the Rough Riders. This is their 2nd possession. Their first possession was promising before the turnover. And now possession number 2 for Roosevelt. A 4-wide set here for Roeder. Fires it again, and it's batted down again. The last time that it was batted by Jaden May, it was intercepted. This time he just swats it down like blocking a shot.
How about Jaden May? One of the top D tackles here for the Churchill Chargers. We mentioned earlier, 6 tackles for loss, but today he's just getting the paws up and batting everything down.
So Roosevelt will punt. Rough Riders going to try to flip the field a little bit here as Francisco Diaz is lined up to punt, and Caden Factor is the return man for Churchill back at the 10, and they're going to fake the punt. Chargers were waiting on it, though, and they will stop it. You can see all the bodies. They didn't move, Sean.
Not at all.
They didn't retreat back to set up blocking. They were ready defensively.
Guys, you could hear the coaching staff screaming, watch out for the fake, watch out for the fake. They were prepared for that from the beginning.
Great job of reading that perfectly, and that was a gamble right there by the Rough Riders. I'm not sure that I would have done that, but hey, you got to take some risks every once in a while.
First down, Churchill, 2nd possession, and we're already past the midway point.
I took a risk to the stadium. I ate a gas station chili dog. That was a risk, for sure.
It will be later.
Hunter Pavlicek will hand the ball off, and stood up immediately as Harold Relaford, the junior running back for the Churchill Chargers, has 59 yards this season on 25 carries. Blankenship is their guy. He's the big running back at 353 yards rushing this season. Churchill struggled offensively, though. Keeper, Pavlicek trying to get outside. Nope, too much speed as he is clipped at the ankles by Ja'Cory Carrillo, and a gain of 1.
Ja'Cory Carrillo, he's got 5 sacks on the season, and you can see why right there, just getting back into the backfield, making a great play on that quarterback keeper.
A lot of speed on that Roosevelt defense. Churchill probably, Sean, needs to go north and south as much as possible against this Roosevelt D.
I agree, and like Gabe said earlier, they really need to try to control the clock here. Haven't been able to do that yet.
Pavlicek sends a man in motion. Fakes 2 handoffs, now scrambles. Has a blocker out in front, and he'll direct him to get himself a first down. Good decision there by quarterback Hunter Pavlicek, who incidentally is the 2nd leading rusher for Churchill with 172 yards to go along with his passing stats.
And they needed that offensively for the Chargers.
Gabe, you heard me talking in pregame about Jackson Cruz, number 77, the offensive lineman. Did you see that block he threw on that one? That gave Pavlicek the opportunity to run, pick up a big first down.
Yeah, and if you look at the clock, we're already, of course, my irises are still a little off from looking up into the sun, but we're under 4 minutes now. This first quarter's flying by.
It really is. Pavlicek on the keeper. Man, just too many white jerseys in the backfield, Sean, to do anything.
Yeah, he wasn't able to do anything. Broke the first tackle and tried to get away, but wasn't able to do anything.
Just crashing down there.
Yeah, that was number 56, Demarion Miller, who made a great play and then still came back and cleaned up his mess.
Boy, this first quarter is
blazing.
Yeah, I mean, did they speed up? This seems like a faster second than normal. Uh-oh. Well, wow. That one was jumbled from the get-go. First, it was a low snap, and Pavlicek had to secure the snap first, and as he did, Josiah Ali is standing right in his face.
That's Ali's 5th sack of the season.
And he just blew right past his offensive line trying to block him.
And then the wrestling body slam there at the end.
That's how you sack a quarterback. He's right there.
WWE move, baby.
Yeah. Is that a suplex, Bob?
Yeah, but if his name's Ali, it's more boxing, right?
There you go.
I don't know any good wrestlers named Ali. I know a pretty good boxer.
Maybe one now.
Pavlicek, quarterback draw. He pumped, he faked it, then he runs it for a gain of about 11, but that's going to be well short of the first down. And honestly, we know that Ron Harris, he doesn't mind a grinded out type of game that where the clock moves and the score's low. So
he's going to punt here.
Field position as well.
Was it 3rd down or 4th down?
It's 4th now. I love that play by Pavlicek. His receiver wasn't open. He just tucked it and ran it.
Are they going to go for it? They get him off sides, free play. Pavlicek going to chunk one deep, and it's up for grabs and knocked away. But they're going to get a 5-yard penalty, and now they'll make a decision.
I think that was the plan the entire time. Draw the Rough Riders off sides. We've talked about their team speed. They're starting to get a rhythm going, and they just jumped that one a little bit too early.
Offsides, under defense. Be a 5-yard penalty. Replay, 4th down.
This changes things up here, Gabe.
Absolutely, it changes things up. I mean, that's we always talk about Ron Harris and he's a very well, his teams are always very well coached. They're very disciplined. That right there just showcases the discipline, Sean. The difference between a 3rd and 8 or a 3rd and 9 and a 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 3 is huge, especially when you run this type of offense.
Now it's 4th down for the Chargers, 4th and a long 3. Pavlicek keeps it, heading right, and he will use his size to get a Charger 4th down conversion and a new set of downs.
What a great job blocking on the outside there by the right side of that line.
Pavlicek and the Chargers are a little hurry up. That's different for Churchill as Relaford takes it to the sideline and stops.
How about this? We're at about 1.5 minutes to go.
I know.
No punts and no scores.
Well, no punts. What?
We had an interception.
Two punts.
We had an interception. We had a fake. Did we have a punt?
Yeah, we had.
Yeah, Churchill punted on their first possession and Roosevelt on their second, but still. Fake. You're right, Gabe. They did fake. They didn't punt.
Yeah, Churchill's the only one that's punted.
This has got to be the fastest first quarter of the season. Fumbled ball. And the Chargers able to fall on it, it appears.
Yeah, I think that was Pavlicek that jumped right on top of it. Heads up play by the quarterback.
Guys, 2:10 kickoff because of our television broadcast.
It's
We're
quick.
less than 20 minutes.
I know you're doing math in your head right now.
Y'all are talking too much about this. It's going to be a long second half. Y'all are calling a no-hitter in the first.
My goodness, this thing is just motoring along. Second down, and now we get a penalty.
That was actually contact, so they blew it dead.
Offsides. Here's Michael Urdialis, the referee today.
Bobby's through 2 innings. He's got a perfect game going, and Gabe's telling him all about it.
I'm telling him, yep.
But Gabe, this is the style, this
is a Ron Harris game right here.
It is a Ron Harris type of game. He doesn't want to get into a shootout.
You know, Sean, we talked about Roosevelt controlling the time. This is playing right. It doesn't matter. Ron Harris wants to
offside on the defense. Be a 5-yard penalty. Replay the down. Game clock operator. Reset the play clock to 37 seconds. 3-7.
This is a Ron Harris type of game, guys, right here. This is falling right into what they want to do.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good call, Gabe.
Is he telling me thank you?
Yeah, he agreed with your call. That was a great call.
That's what I thought.
Oh, man. Chargers, first down. Keeper, Pavlicek, nowhere to go. Tell you what, Roosevelt's defensive line is winning the battle at the line of scrimmage if they could just stay on side.
Yeah,
Sean.
Well, that was Nathan Benavides who came in from the safety position. Watch him come up right here. and just make a big play. He just outran everybody.
That's going to end the first quarter play before the field goal, I think, unless they try to get one off quickly.
I wouldn't.
Why would you?
No, they can take the, well, it depends on the wind, too. Right now they're lined up for a 39-yard attempt, and they will not get it off. That will end the first, scoreless. You're watching the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company.
That is
on
the end of the first quarter.
MeTV.
Do you like going fast? Because I do. Hi, this is Jeb Burden with the John Wayne Service Company number 27 race car. I'm encouraging you to join the Fast Track to the Trades with John Wayne Service Company. Enroll in the John Wayne Academy for technical excellence today and change your life with a career in HVAC, plumbing, or electrical in just 90 days. Get paid to learn a trade. Take it from me. Get on the Fast Track to the Trades and call John Wayne Service Company 293-6700.
On the field, we fight hard and smart.
It's about teamwork and strategy.
When an 18-wheeler or company vehicle wreck injury puts you on the sidelines,
Your next move could determine your future.
And you want to win.
Get a winning team, Wainwright. Don't wait. Call
888-8888.
Wainwright Injury Lawyers fight to get you the most money possible.
Go for the win.
Just call Wainwright.
Call Wainwright now. 888-8888. Respect. Justice. Demand it. Wainwright Injury Lawyers.
Going to start the second quarter with Cameron Van Pruing trying a 39-yard field goal. Beginning of the second quarter. High snap and a line drive kick. Great leg by Van Pruing. And here we are, one play in to the second quarter. It's 3-0 Churchill, so we'll take another break. This is the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
The K-Lig Auto Group, the North Park Bluebonnet family of dealerships, has in stock over 2,500 pre-owned vehicles and over 1,800 new vehicles in stock or in transit. Choose from cars, trucks, and SUVs, domestic or import. Every vehicle includes our low posted price and our no-hassle 72-hour return policy. So no matter where you live, we have a convenient location for your next vehicle purchase. The K-Lig Auto Group, the North Park Bluebonnet family of dealerships.
Central Builders is an award-winning general contractor headquartered in San Antonio. Their construction projects include large-scale remodels, expansions, and ground-up construction. Their comprehensive service offerings, along with dedication to quality workmanship, make them one of the top contractors in the city. Central Builders is a proud sponsor of Texas Sports Productions. Call Central Builders at their San Antonio office at 210-590-0235 or visit them online at centralbuilders.net.
Well, we have a score on the board here after a very quick first quarter. The first play of the second quarter resulting in a 39-yard field goal by Cameron Van Pruing. That was a pretty Churchill-esque drive there. 10 plays, 36 yards, and a whopping 5:36 off the clock. And I literally mean this when I say it. That was just as Ron Harris drew it up, Sean.
I was going to say, Gabe's going to be very happy. So is Coach Harris. A 5-minute, 36-second drive. I'll take those all day long. I just think he wants 7 points on the board instead of 3, but he'll take what he can get at this point.
As we head to the top of the fourth inning,
Yeah.
Churchill leads 3-0.
Van Pruing belts one, but it goes out of bounds. And Gabe, this is not an accident. This is by design the way Churchill plays this game. They know they're not an explosive offense, so they play good defense and try to keep the score low.
Yeah, they keep this game to a crawl, and that's what they do. And you know, the times that they've competed in what's now 28-6A.
Got procedure on the kicking team. They're going to accept the penalty. The ball's going to be on the 30. First and 10.
Okay, yes, they that's what they do. That's what he does. That's his MO, man. Slow the game to a crawl, get this thing, head to the fourth quarter close, and see if we can pull one out.
The Churchill Chargers 1-1 in district play, 2-2 overall. Roosevelt 2-3 overall, 1-2 in district play. They've played one more game so far than Churchill has. Roosevelt's first crack at it here in the second quarter. They give it off to Carroll, and there he goes. And this is the difference, is a big play offense versus a grinded out offense. And this time, the Roosevelt Rough Riders will win that battle, at least for now. Brennan Carroll with a 70-yard touchdown run.
How about the block on the outside by Andrew Price down the field? Carroll had one guy to beat. Price throws a little block. Carroll did a great job of just stopping. You're going to see it right here on this replay as he gets further down the field. Just outruns everybody. He's got one guy to beat. He tells the guy out there blocking, gives him a little push. Carroll stops for a second, runs right by him. Great job of blocking downfield.
Wow. Well, we're 17 seconds into the second quarter, and we've had 2 scores already. Here's the extra point, and it is good. Roosevelt 7, Churchill 3. This is the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
'23 San Antonio Gunslingers season tickets are now on sale.
Let's go Gunslingers, let's go, baby.
Reserve your tickets for the original professional football team in San Antonio, the Gunslingers. It's fast-paced, high-flying, over-the-wall professional football. Plus non-stop entertainment. Affordable family fun is what the San Antonio Gunslingers are all about. To get the best seats and prices, reserve your 2023 San Antonio Gunslingers season tickets now.
I'm Oscar Cardenas. In football, we fight hard to make it happen. That's what makes us winners.
18-wheeler or company vehicle wreck injury put you on the sidelines?
Get a winner to fight for you. A lawyer with grit and determination who will not stop until you get justice and all the money you deserve. And that's Wainwright Injury Lawyers, so don't wait, call 8.
Call Wainwright Injury Lawyers, 888-8888 now.
Want to win? You know who to call. That's right, Wainwright.
Respect, justice, demand it. Wainwright Injury Lawyers.
There you see, it is a afternoon game, and you see the Charger cheerleaders with their sunglasses on. But right now, Brendan Carroll's pretty cool himself with a 70-yard run. That was a one-play drive that took only 14 seconds. And Roosevelt back out in front for the first time after a scoreless first quarter play. The kickoff is returned out to the 24-yard line by Ty Webb. And Sean, I think we just saw in the last couple of plays the complete contrast of styles of these two teams.
Yeah, one team takes it on a 5.5-minute drive and kicks a field goal. The other team gets the ball back, runs one play, 70 yards for a touchdown. So you're absolutely right. One team's fast. We talked about that team speed of the Roosevelt Rough Riders. One team likes to just grind it down. And that's what the Churchill Chargers try to do. They just got to get a touchdown.
It was like a 5-minute with 36. It wasn't like they went the length of the field in 5 minutes. They went 36 yards in 5 minutes.
Right. Yeah. That's incredible.
So the Chargers come out with a 1st down and 10 from the 24-yard line. Hunter Pavlicek, just a sophomore quarterback, as he hands it off to his big running back, Isaiah Blankenship. He's 202 pounds. He's got to get that big body shot going north and south. He does that time for a gain of 2.
Yeah, that was to Darius Coleman that got in there, came in from the defensive back position and made a great stop. Short gain on 1st down. And here you go, Gabe. You talk about just using clock right here, taking their time, calling the plays, just letting the play clock burn down as long as they can.
And they've actually gone to a hurry up a couple of times. Pavlicek back to pass, gonna fire one nice ball there, and is caught, breaking a tackle, Ryan Vigil, and he'll take it out to near midfield. Ryan Vigil, 160-pound senior receiver, shrugs off a tackler and picks up a Charger 1st down.
Ja'Cory Carrillo comes in and cleans up the mess, but a great throw, great job of getting open on the outside there.
Gabe, they mix in that up-tempo every once in a while too, as Pavlicek hands it off to Relaford this time. He'll pick up just 1.
Deshaun Washington, defensive back, comes up and makes the stop. So yeah, a little bit of a hurry up there.
That seems to be a strategy of a lot of teams to kind of randomly insert hurry up.
Well, you saw on that last play, the Rough Riders defense was moving around a lot. There's a lot of movement with those front guys up on the defensive tackle line. And so I think that's what Churchill was trying to do, was take advantage of it.
Pavlicek hands to Relaford again. Big hole on the right side. He squirts through. Here's Harold Relaford off to the races. Can they catch him? Maybe. Yes, they catch him at the 5-yard line. But Harold Relaford with a run of nearly 50 yards. And his 1st and goal, Churchill Chargers.
How about the speed right here? Running back gets out in the open, but watch number 20, Tadarius Coleman, chase him down from behind, grab him, and make a touchdown-saving tackle.
That's their first timeout of the half.
We'll go ahead and keep it here. And Gabe, well, just as we said, they're not a big play offense. Harold Relaford proves us wrong, but you know, if you block up front and truthfully, Roosevelt's bringing a lot of guys near the line of scrimmage, so whenever you do break that first row of defenders, you have a big run on your hands.
Well, I'll tell you what, that out pattern that picked up big yards to Vihil, Ryan Vihil, that did a couple of things, Sean. That softens up the defense. It gives them the thought that, hey, you know, these guys can throw a little bit. And also when they mix things up, they go from kind of grind it out to hurry up. What that does is that entices the defense to kind of keep them off balance a little bit. And that's where you get the offsides penalties, when it's 3rd and 4 or 3rd and 2, and they're able to change the cadence up a little bit. So I like what Ron Harris is doing right now in the early stages of this football game.
Yeah, I agree with you. And, you know, going back to that last play, Bobby talked about it, just too many guys up on the line. It looked like they had 6 or 7 guys right on the line. So whenever Relaford got through that first line, there was nobody else there except the defensive backs. And that's why he had to get chased down by Tadarius Coleman. He was the only guy left out there that had a chance. So taking advantage of what you got is really what Churchill's doing right now, and it paid off well on that last play.
Relaford is out of the game now, as it will be a quarterback keeper for Hunter Pavlicek, and he'll pick up maybe a yard or half a yard.
And I think that's why they're doing it right there. While they're bringing so many guys up on the line, they're just expecting Churchill to run the ball almost every play. But if they break through, if there's a good block on the outside, and they were running behind big number 77 there a second ago, Jackson Cruz, that's how they picked up that big gain on that last play.
Let's see if they, well, they're going to throw the lob pass into the corner, and it's too high. And Churchill asking for holding there. Diego Marsh.
It's holding. It doesn't matter if it's uncatchable, if it's holding.
I think
well, we heard that.
I think the coaches have a point, Bob. It's all
right.
A hold is a hold regardless of where the ball is placed. That was a clear hold.
That was awesome.
That's what you call a parabolic microphone.
Yep. You know it's working today.
Wow.
I mean, Sean, what do you say?
Great. I mean, I agree. A holding is holding. Even if the ball's uncatchable, if you're holding them, it's still holding.
Pavlicek will keep it, nowhere to go. Roosevelt has stacked it up and it's paid off most of the time. Justice Valdez issuing his own brand of justice there as he stops him for a loss back to the 9.
How about that play by Justin Valdez? Watch on this replay here. Just goes almost unblocked, just beats his blocker.
I mean,
goes right to the quarterback.
John, it's just simple. They're outnumbering Churchill at the point of attack. So if the Chargers do break through, big play. Otherwise, there's nowhere to go. And Churchill is short players here.
Yeah, 2 big things. It chasing down that tailback on that sprint to the end zone, and then the no call on the defensive hold. Man, those are 2 huge plays in the second quarter.
Van Pruin will try one. Again, another field goal attempt, and this one is good from 27 yards, and we have a 7-6 game with Roosevelt leading Churchill. 8:32 to go here in the second quarter of play. You're watching the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
The K-Lig Auto Group, the North Park Bluebonnet family of dealerships, has in stock over 2,500 pre-owned vehicles and over 1,800 new vehicles in stock or in transit. Choose from cars, trucks, and SUVs, domestic or import. Every vehicle includes our low posted price and our no-hassle 72-hour return policy. So no matter where you live, we have a convenient location for your next vehicle purchase. The K-Lig Auto Group, the North Park Bluebonnet family of dealerships.
There you see some of the fans enjoying the action on this Saturday afternoon. Beautiful weather here at Hero Stadium. Churchill puts together a 7-play, 66-yard scoring drive, and they get another Cameron Van Pruin field goal. This one from 32 yards to pull within 1. The kickoff is going to be short, and it bounces. You don't let it bounce, but it does. And did he call for a fair catch?
The up back called for a fair catch. It went over his head.
Gabe, kind of a strange game in a lot of ways, but it's a close one, and this is critical for both of these teams in the district race.
I don't know about any of that stuff. I am baking like a piece of clay in an oven right now. It is so hot. There's no breeze. I just asked Coach Gustafson right now if he could turn on the air conditioner here on the field, and he just kind of gave me a weird look and said, "Oh yeah, it's Gabe. Yeah, how you doing, buddy?" It is incredibly hot down here, like baking. Like it is uncomfortable hot. I am perspiring more than I've perspired since, I don't know, high school. It is bad.
There's a report from the sideline, folks. Gabe Padillas.
Not the best of the business for nothing, folks.
16-yard line here for Roosevelt. Handoff going left this time, and it's Dante C. Pretty well defended, though, by the Chargers that time.
Yeah, trying to string it out to the left side there on that run, and there was just too many black jerseys out there. Stopped him for about a 2-yard pickup. That's about it. But the one thing it does, Bobby, it keeps the clock running.
Remember, this Roosevelt team was involved in, what, a 60-something to 40-something game last week?
Well, Churchill has the game going in their tempo. Here's a middle blitz. And
wow.
They jumped the route. Great defense by the Chargers to put on the pass rush. And then Cooper Kunze with the INT.
How about Cooper Cooch just coming in there and jumping that route? What a great job. He knew what was happening here perfectly. Watch this. Ball just thrown. He jumps right in front of the receiver.
Yeah, Kuntz. Excuse me, folks. K-O-U-N-S-E. Kuntz. Cooper Kuntz with the INT. Sean, he saw it coming, but it was set up by Remzinski with that rush. He pressured quarterback the quarterback for Roosevelt very quickly.
Yeah.
That Roeder, as soon as he had to let it go probably sooner than he wanted to. 1st and goal. Churchill trying to take the lead.
And they're sticking with that, just pound it right up the middle.
There you go, with 202 pounds will do for you. Isaiah Blankenship just got into a rugby scrum and pushed the pile forward.
Wow, that's physical right there, man.
Yeah, he was stopped at the line of scrimmage. Pushed everybody about 6 or 7 yards past that. Churchill's in a great position right now, but they've got to get a touchdown.
Back, coaches, back.
Havlicek under center this time. Dive play, and this time Blankenship is blown up and he'll lose a yard.
So Roosevelt's bringing everybody in right now, Gabe. You can see it out there. They've got every guy just about on the line. This is an opportunity to kick it outside, try to go around the end somewhere.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's 11. They're stacking 11 guys there. They're stacking 9 guys.
There's 9 guys, yeah, 2 on the outside.
And that Churchill line they have too many bodies to block, it appears. Rolling right, and trouble, and it's going to be a sack. Havlicek couldn't run away from Justice Valadez.
It's just math, guys. It's common math. There's not enough guys in black jerseys blocking guys in white jerseys.
Yeah, you got 3 guys in the backfield, so that gives you 3 extra defenders to get up on the line. They're playing man-to-man coverage on the outside, and as soon as the ball is snapped to Havlicek, there's 2 guys in the backfield.
Tell you what, if Cameron Van Pruin's able to make this, he's an early candidate for John Wayne Player of the Game. This will be 31 yards.
Missed opportunity right there for the Chargers.
He has a 39 and a 32 so far. Low snap, but a great kick. And Van Pruin nails it. And Churchill takes the lead. Chargers 9, Rough Riders 7. 5:56 to go here in the second. You're watching the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
Have you been looking for a computer and electronics store that's right for you? Altex Computers and Electronics has been serving businesses and consumers for over 30 years. Altex has aisles and aisles of computer systems, laptops, network accessories, surveillance equipment, and thousands of cables and connectors. From computer upgrades and repair to complete system and network design and installation, Altex gives great customer service before and after the sale. Altex Computers and Electronics, your total technology store. Locations throughout Texas and altex.com.
If you don't mean it, it's just words. Well, integrity is basically loyalty to be good when no one is watching, so you should do it because you know it's right.
Another field goal for the Churchill Chargers. That drive, not what they wanted, Sean. 3 plays, and I'm not sure they lost yards. It says 5 yards, but that was not a very good drive, but it did result in points. And coming off of the turnover, here come the Rough Riders on the return. Andrew Price, pretty good return out to the 35-yard line. Don't forget, coming up at the conclusion of the game, Sean, Gabe, and I will select the John Wayne Service Company Player of the Game. You can go online and vote. And if you selection matches ours on the johnwayne.com, you can win 2 tickets to watch the San Antonio Gunslingers play Arena League football. Again, johnwayne.com, pick your Player of the Game, try to match ours. Roosevelt now trailing 9-7 after the turnover. They give the ball off to C. Dante C into a sea of Churchill Chargers, but still gains 3.
C got hit 3 times there, bounced off of 3 would-be tacklers. Kept stretching it out as far to the left as he could. He was able to pick up 3 really tough yards on that run.
I think he got hit for every yard he picked up.
It is second down. Roosevelt, a 70-yard run by Brennan Carroll is their lone scorer so far. A fake and scrambling to his right. Roeder still looking, has a man, throws it up high, is caught, great grab, and a first down to the 40-yard line in Churchill territory by Andrew Price.
Andrew Price did a great job of just fading back his defender. You're going to see right here on this replay, as you watch Roeder just call it right here, and he said, go, 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 right there. The defender comes up, and it leaves Price wide open, makes a great catch. He's about to get hit, too.
Back to Carroll on the ground. Charger defense, though, waiting. There's a flag. He may have had a face mask pulled.
I think you're right,
That's
yeah.
exactly what it was. It was Wayne Roundtree. Grabbed up a little bit too high on that one. That's a big penalty.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense. Be a 15-yard penalty, first down.
That's going to put him down at the 25-yard line, so.
Is there such thing as an accidental face mask? Or?
He kind of face masked him?
Yeah.
Again, folks, vote at johnwayne.com. There you see the 2 tickets there. You see them? You want those 2 tickets right there. San Antonio Gunslingers, Arena League Football, johnwayne.com. And just by participating, you're automatically entered to win a $10,000 home makeover. Roosevelt quickly to the Charger 25-yard line. Brian Roeder, senior quarterback for the Rough Riders, will hand it off to Dante C, headed left. Cracks inside the 20. Nice first down run. A gain of 7.
Nico Sierra, offensive lineman, did a great job blocking on the outside, just pulled from that guard position and opened up a nice hole for C to run through. Great pickup on first down.
So it is 2nd down and 3. Roosevelt trailing by 2. Churchill with 3. Cameron Van Pruin field goals, leading 9-7. See again. And that's going to be close to a first down. Well, they're right now using Brendan Carroll as the lead blocker instead of handing in the ball, and he's delivering so far.
Yeah, he's playing really well, doing a good job of just following his blockers on both of those last 2 plays. It's exactly what you want from your running back.
5 and 6, C and Carroll. It's so crazy how similar they are built. Rough Riders wearing some pink for the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, October 1st, as Roeder keeps it on the zone read. Inside the 10-yard line he goes with a gain of 5.
You know, we talked about Roeder, not a big guy, Bobby. He's only 5'9", but man, he runs like a 6-foot-tall quarterback. He just plows through people. Not afraid to take on a blocker, that's for sure.
Churchill trying to keep Roosevelt out of the end zone here, but the Riders are driving. 9-7 Churchill, all scoring in this game coming in the second quarter. We had a scoreless first. C and Carroll switch sides. This time it's Carroll with the handoff, gets a block from C, turns it up inside the 5, picks up a first down. It'll be 1st and goal, Rough Riders.
I like that run by Carroll, only a junior, but did a really nice job of extending at the end of this play, just trying to pick up another yard, hoping that he could reach into the end zone. You're going to see him right here when he's going down. Puts the ball out, down to the 2-yard line.
1st down and goal, Roosevelt Rough Riders. Clock moving with 2:14 to go. A proverbial must-win for both teams here in district play. Handoff, C, stopped in the backfield. Brock Ramzinski, he's got the name, he's got the ability too. He's a great linebacker with the stop for Churchill.
Well, he proved it right there by busting through the line and making a big stop. About a 1-yard loss.
He was all district last year, and no reason to believe he won't be again this year as a senior.
I'd just give him all district for his name.
He's all city on the name department.
It's very Chicago Bears.
I agree.
Yeah.
The Bears. 2nd and goal. Handoff. Carroll sniffing the end zone and gets in. Once he saw that he had a chance to get there, he lowered the shoulder and cracks it in. Touchdown, Roosevelt Rough Riders.
Carroll, just a power run right there. Puts his shoulders down, plows through everybody. You'll see right here on this replay. Look at this, just right here, goes down, boom. I'll take on all you guys.
Well, you know when you play Churchill, it's going to be physical because that's what they do. Extra point attempt is good. And so with a $1:25 to go here in the first half, Roosevelt back out in front, 14-9 over Churchill. You're watching the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
North Park Lexus of San Antonio has earned Elite of Lexus status for 27 consecutive years. And North Park Lexus of Dominion has earned Elite status every year since opening in 2016. Visit either North Park Lexus location this winter and test drive the all-new 2023 Lexus RX with its all-new redesigned sleeker exterior and more powerful stance. Available this winter at either North Park Lexus location. Proud supporters of high school athletics.
Have you been looking for a computer and electronics store that's right for you? Altex Computers and Electronics has been serving businesses and consumers for over 30 years. Altex has aisles and aisles of computer systems, laptops, network accessories, surveillance equipment, and thousands of cables and connectors. From computer upgrades and repair to complete system and network design and installation, Altex gives great customer service before and after the sale. Altex Computers and Electronics, your total technology store. Locations throughout Texas and altex.com.
Here at Heroes Stadium on David Edwards Drive, an 8-play, 66-yard Roosevelt scoring drive. They burned a little clock too, Sean, 4:34, and Brendan Carroll with some power football with a 3-yard run there at the end.
I was going to say, Coach Carroll taking a play out of Ron Harris's playbook. Says, I'll just do what you can do. I'll take some time off the clock, get down. The difference in the game is they scored touchdowns.
Kickoff fielded and then dropped inside the 5-yard line. Room on the right sideline, though, for Ryan Vigel. And he gets it out to the 27-yard line. Churchill has all 3 timeouts, Sean, so they can kind of still run their offense with the timeouts at their disposal.
Yeah, but, you know, one of the things that you just I haven't seen from Churchill yet is that speed. I mean, we've talked about the fact that Roosevelt's just so fast. Churchill's just a power run team. Haven't seen that speed on the outside from this team. And that's really what you need right now with 1:16 left. I know they got their timeouts left, but you got to get down the field and pick up big chunks of yards.
One of the best mascots in high school football there, Teddy Roosevelt, the Rough Rider. Could see him and the guys gathering at the Minger Bar downtown planning. Teddy Roosevelt, the Rough Riders. First down, Churchill, quarterback draw. Pavlicek, not much room.
There's nowhere to go. That was Josiah Ali. He was just waiting there for him. Pavlicek.
I think both teams are just content taking this into the halftime locker room, guys.
You got 35 and 36 on that defensive line. Ali and Valdez, they've kind of dominated inside for Roosevelt today.
Yeah, 2 really good tackles for the Rough Riders.
Well, Pavlicek going to take a shot now. Well, or Willie throws it away.
And again, you talked about those 2 defensive linemen.
Yeah.
And there was one of them, Justice Valdez. We've called his name, it seems, all game long. Just made some big plays in the backfield, the Rough Riders.
Well, he's 6-foot sophomore, but he's probably pushing 270 or more. But I'll tell you what, Gabe, he's got good speed for that size.
Yeah, he does. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of talent. There's a lot of excitement and athleticism on that Roosevelt side. And guys, we talked about, you know, this being controlling the game versus controlling the big plays. And right now, Roosevelt's winning this battle.
Handoff, headed down Main Street, and we got ourselves a pick-and-pull collision as Harold Rutherford is lit up at the 35-yard line. And they'll take a quick timeout, Roosevelt will, to try to get the ball back. Let's see. Watch the hit here at the end, folks.
Yeah, that was a big boy hit right here. Boom.
There's your pick
Just
and pull.
came out of it. Nathan Benavides with a great hit.
Roosevelt. That is their second timeout.
When you're learning how to
game clock operator. Reset the game clock to 31 seconds.
The ref's winning the game if he's being the loudest today.
Didn't hear him say thank you that time, though.
He will. Hang on.
He told me thank you,
Hang on.
Bob.
He's got to
I'm
wait
just
for the
saying.
clock to get switched.
Is he going to say it?
It's coming.
That was the old tackle there by Benavides. You know, when you're learning how to tackle, they have the tackling dummies.
He said thank you again.
See?
He did.
Folks, just like you were taught, Gabe was taught watching Barney, you say please and thank you.
Did you like Barney Miller? I watched a lot of Barney Miller. Who was your favorite Barney Miller? Was it Fish? It has to have been Fish. Who was your favorite character?
You know, I didn't watch that show a lot, man.
You
It's more
didn't?
like, yeah, the Jeffersons and
You were a Mr. Cotter
Good
guy. You
times,
like Gabe Kaplan as much. That's why you like Gabe so much. Mr. Cotter. Wasn't that?
Mr. Cotter.
Welcome back.
Cotter. Yeah.
So, Bobby, what were you saying about tackling dummies?
That's how you learn it right there. Nathan Benavides, I mean, he just, a form fitted him with a great tackle there, and it gets our pick and pull collision. Churchill to punt. Rough Riders still have some time. Pretty good end over end punt by Van Pruin, and they can pick that up, but they won't. It will bounce back to the 27-yard line. And then we have a little scuffle breakout at the 40. But still with one timeout here, I don't think it's over yet for the Roosevelt Rough Riders. I think if you're Coach Matt Carroll, you know you have some explosiveness. They need one explosive play and maybe a proper use of that timeout to have a chance here at the end, Sean.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's see what you can get right here on first down. I'm running a big play, opportunity play. See what you can get, burn that timeout, try something else.
Churchill built around their defense, as we alluded to in our pregame show coverage. Roosevelt can be explosive on offense. Roeder will hand to Carroll. Carroll cutting it back, And weaving it forward to the 30-yard line, stopped there by Ramzinski, who has about half a dozen tackles or so in this game already, and the Rough Riders will let it run down. So that will do it here at the end of the first half. 14-9 in a critical game in 28-6A. As Gabe Farias will talk with Coach Matt Carroll to get his thoughts heading into the locker room. Gabe?
All right. Yeah, Coach Carroll, in a game like this, controlling the time of possession is so key. You guys are leading. I'm guessing a lot of that second half.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's probably the game plan for both of us right now. This heat has something to do with things, and so just want to kind of take care of the football and kind of clean up some of our mistakes.
It's not hot, Coach. Come on. Coach, best of luck second half.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
All right, guys.
All right, we'll be back. We'll have halftime performances from both schools, as well as our John Wayne Player of the Week as well. It's 14-9. Roosevelt leading Churchill at the break. You're watching the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
The K-Lig Auto Group, the North Park Bluebonnet family of dealerships, has in stock over 2,500 pre-owned vehicles and over 1,800 new vehicles in stock or in transit. Choose from cars, trucks, and SUVs, domestic or import. Every vehicle includes our low posted price and our no-hassle 72-hour return policy. So no matter where you live, we have a convenient location for your next vehicle purchase. The K-Lig Auto Group, the North Park Bluebonnet family of dealerships.
Have you been looking for a computer and electronics store that's right for you? Altex Computers and Electronics has been serving businesses and consumers for over 30 years. Altex has aisles and aisles of computer systems, laptops, network accessories, surveillance equipment, and thousands of cables and connectors. From computer upgrades and repair to complete system and network design and installation, Altex gives great customer service before and after the sale. Altex Computers and Electronics, your total technology store. Locations throughout Texas and altex.com.
Hello, football fans. I'm Taylor Ahrens with TexasHighSchoolFootball.com. From game previews, recaps, live scores, and all the latest news, TexasHighSchoolFootball.com is your home for all things Texas High School football. And to dive even deeper into the huddle, subscribe to the Texas High School Football Podcast for interviews with people who make Texas High School football the sport we love.
It's so easy to love Pick and Pull. Why? How about the largest inventory in South Texas? How about the ease of finding your part with our interchange and real-time inventory search at pickandpullsa.com? How about an organized yard and maps to find your parts, plus a shuttle? At Pick and Pull, we make it easy to save money on the quality used auto parts you need at a price you can afford.
More to pick, less pull from your budget. Now that's Pick and Pull.
Welcome back here to Hero Stadium on David Edwards Drive. We will not have a performance from the Churchill Band here at the half, as they are not present for this afternoon's game. The Rough Rider Band is on the field, though, now. As we go down to the field and listen in, facing the other way, the Roosevelt High School Band. Oscar Williams, the left guard for Roosevelt, he's out there playing the saxophone. There you see some of the sights and sounds of the Roosevelt High School band. Great job by those young men and women representing their school there on Walsham Road. Let's catch a few more moments here before we introduce you to our player of the week. Down to the field again, Roosevelt band. The Roosevelt High School band. We'll take a break. After the break, we'll introduce you to this week's John Wayne Service Company Player of the Week. At the half, it is the Roosevelt Rough Riders leading the Churchill Chargers 14-9. You're watching the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
The K-Lig Auto Group, the North Park Bluebonnet family of dealerships, has in stock over 2,500 pre-owned vehicles and over 1,800 new vehicles in stock or in transit. Choose from cars, trucks, and SUVs, domestic or import. Every vehicle includes our low posted price and our no-hassle 72-hour return policy. So no matter where you live, we have a convenient location for your next vehicle purchase. The K-Lig Auto Group, the North Park Bluebonnet family of dealerships.
The BGC app, KSAT and TSB are delivering the best high school football Texas has ever streamed.
Hold on to this one. 85 yards.
We have the games, we have the technology, and it's all free. Over 100 games, highlights, and more. Bigger, stronger, better. This season, expect more. The BGC app. Experience the next generation of coverage. Powered by the Children's Hospital of San Antonio.
Y100, San Antonio's new country leader. Alamo City proud. Mornings with Frito and Katie. Your hometown country station. San Antonio's new country leader. Y100.
North Park Lexus of San Antonio and North Park Lexus at Dominion have over 350 used cars in stock, plus over 100 L-certified vehicles available. Each L-certified vehicle receives a comprehensive 161-point inspection and is backed with an industry-best unlimited mileage warranty, roadside assistance, and 2 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit either North Park Lexus location to select one. For your high school student or graduate, North Park Lexus, proud supporters of high school athletics.
We're here at Harlan High School, home of the Hawks. They come off an exciting 59-52 overtime win over the Warren Warriors. We have Pierre Turner from the San Antonio Gunslingers Arena Football League to introduce this week's John Wayne Service Company Player of the Week, Jacob Gonzalez. Yeah!
Man, I can't express how much. It wasn't just me, but my whole team. We came out going back and forth. It was a shootout, and I feel like me and my team did well against adversity. And I just contributed to what all my team was doing. It wasn't just me. I feel like it was my whole lineman, defense, coaching. It was everybody that played a part.
You know, you never want to put too much pressure on the kids, but, you know, we talked to them early on that Monday and came back and said, hey, we got this week. It's a long week because we had a Saturday game. And I said, we got to get all the details right, and this is a must-win for us. You know, you got Warren in there, you got Stevens in there, you got, you know, they're undefeated in district, and we get them back-to-back. And so, you know, we talked to them about the importance of that game, and little did I know of what type of game it would be.
All I remember is getting that ball, and my lineman opened up the hole for me. I didn't see any. I saw daylight, and as soon as I got that ball, I ran with the rock, took it 80 yards to the house, and I knew no one was going to catch me as soon as I hit the 50-yard mark.
Reception. It goes to Gonzalez again. He breaks into the secondary. He's off to the races, and James Gonzalez is going to run 80 yards and put Harlan in the lead.
This one ranks probably as one of the highest, going back and forth. It was pretty crazy, a good experience for me to have my last year, and it was pretty exciting to be in it.
I think, you know, for our kids, anytime they're rewarded, right? Awards come out, they're trophies for them, and it's amazing to see them just smile and get excited about it. And to be honest, this day couldn't come by any better for us because, you know, we have this practice coming out of a big game, but for y'all to show up, it's like another piece of just lifting them higher and getting them back on track, knowing that Friday night they have a huge game.
Keep moving, grow, fellas. You guys are doing big things, all right? I'm proud of you. Without this team, this doesn't happen, right? Stick together, fellas, and finish strong, all right? Let's win the ship, all right?
I want to thank my family first. I want to thank my friends, students, teachers at Harlan, everybody, the community that Harlan had. I want to thank everyone. And I couldn't have done this without y'all, so thank y'all so much.
Once again, congratulations to Jacob Gonzalez from Harlan High School, this week's John Wayne Service Company Player of the Week. We want to thank from the San Antonio Gunslingers 6 shooters, Yolanda, plus players Pierre Turner and Nico Thomas, and head coach Fred Shaw. Remember, beginning on Sunday, you can vote for the John Wayne Service Company Player of the Week. Go to johnwayne.com to participate. Also, vote for your John Wayne Service Company Player of the Game in each and every one of our broadcasts on KSAT.com, the KSAT Big Game Coverage app, as well as MeTV. Go to johnwayne.com. If your guest matches our selection, you can win 2 tickets to watch the San Antonio Gunslingers Arena Football beginning next April. Again, go to johnwayne.com to participate, a chance to win a $10,000 home makeover.
Have you been looking for a computer and electronics store that's right for you? Altex Computers and Electronics has been serving businesses and consumers for over 30 years. Altex has aisles and aisles of computer systems, laptops, network accessories, surveillance equipment, and thousands of cables and connectors. From computer upgrades and repair to complete system and network design and installation, Altex gives great customer service before and after the sale. Altex Computers and Electronics, your total technology store. Locations throughout Texas and altex.com.
I'm Rashad Wisdom. Coach showed us what it takes to win on the field and in life. You've got to have power and determination. You've got to be fearless but smart with a focused strategy. That's what it takes to win, and that's what attorney Wainwright's got.
Wainwright lawyers fight to get you the most money possible.
When life knocks you down with a car, motorcycle, or 18-wheeler wreck injury, get a champion. Wainwright. Don't wait. Call 8.
Call Wainwright now. 888-8888. Respect. Justice. Demand it. Wainwright Injury Lawyers.
The K-Lig Auto Group, the North Park Bluebonnet family of dealerships, has in stock over 2,500 pre-owned vehicles and over 1,800 new vehicles in stock or in transit. Choose from cars, trucks, and SUVs, domestic or import. Every vehicle includes our low posted price and our no-hassle 72-hour return policy. So no matter where you live, we have a convenient location for your next vehicle purchase. The K-Lig Auto Group, the North Park Bluebonnet family of dealerships.
here to Hero Stadium. No band, but we do have dance performances on the field right now for Churchill High School, so we'll check out some of the action before we show our highlights. Let's go to the field. Get a performance here in just a moment from the dance and drill teams of Churchill High School. There you see the performances from the Lancer Dancers and the Grenadier Drill Team of Winston Churchill High School. Bobby Stotzenberger, Sean Morris back with you from Hero Stadium, where Roosevelt leads Churchill 14-9. Let's take a look now, Sean, at the first half highlights in this one, and it was big plays versus field goals. Here is the big play from Roosevelt when Brennan Carroll went 70 yards for the score. Yeah, we got a reverse angle. Watch the hole and watch him follow the blocks. He's got great vision. Little small hurdle. That made it 7-3 at the time, but Cameron Van Pruin, he's actually punted the ball well and he's kicked the ball well. His first field goal was 39. This was 32, and it made it a 7-6 game at the time. And then the Chargers, their defense has really kept them in the game. They were trailing 7-6 at this moment, and then the big defensive play here by the Chargers from Diego Sostre.
Actually, that was Cooper Kuntz. Yeah, Cooper Kuntz jumps the route there and makes a great interception. Unfortunately, they couldn't score a touchdown.
They got another field goal, and then Roosevelt 8 plays 66 yards, another Brendan Carroll run.
Yeah, 3-yard run right here. Carroll just lowers his shoulders, pushes everything to the end zone.
Roosevelt a 14-9 lead at the time. This has been a physical game. When you play Churchill, they're going to get you into the physical, and Roosevelt perfectly willing to give the physical back.
Right here, watch this, boom. Just lowers the boom right there. The running back comes out of the spin and did not know that there was going to be a defender right there, and that's Nathan Benavides just waiting for it.
It is a physical contest here. Let's take a look at the stats in this one, as it is still kind of a Churchill pace, just 191 yards of offense for Roosevelt, a lot of it on that big 70-yard run. Churchill with just 99 yards of offense. The 2 turnovers by Roosevelt, I think that's been key to keep Churchill in the game. The Chargers are winning the time of possession battle, but not by that much. That's that's a pretty good thing for Roosevelt because they're able to control the clock too.
Yeah, neither team has been able to throw the ball at all today. I mean, less than 44 yards of total passing.
Churchill
by both
does
teams.
they do have a completed pass. I think our stat is wrong there, but either way, not a big off. Well, there's 21 yards. Okay, I was looking at the passing.
Yeah,
TDs.
only 21 yards passing versus 23. So really, it's just been all on the ground, and that's why that first half went by so quickly. 168 yards rushing for Roosevelt, only 78 for Churchill. But Churchill, like you said, Bobby, controlling the clock right now. They just have not been able to get in the end zone. 3 field goals, and I know you talked about, Coach Ron Harris will be fine with a 3-0 win, but they're going to have to do more here in the second half if they want to win this game.
All right, we'll come back. Sean and I will go through some second half adjustments when we continue from Hero Stadium with more of the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
Central Builders is an award-winning general contractor headquartered in San Antonio. Their construction projects include large-scale remodels, expansions, and ground-up construction. Their comprehensive service offerings, along with dedication to quality workmanship, make them one of the top contractors in the city. Central Builders is a proud sponsor of Texas Sports Productions. Call Central Builders at their San Antonio office at 210-590-0235 or visit them online at centralbuilders.net.
The BGC app, KSAT and TSB are delivering the best high school football Texas has ever streamed.
Hold on to this one. 85 yards.
We have the games, we have the technology, and it's all free. Over 100 games, highlights, and more. Bigger, stronger, better. This season, expect more. The BGC app. Experience the next generation of coverage. Powered by the Children's Hospital of San Antonio.
The K-Lig Auto Group, the North Park Bluebonnet family of dealerships, has in stock over 2,500 pre-owned vehicles and over 1,800 new vehicles in stock or in transit. Choose from cars, trucks, and SUVs, domestic or import. Every vehicle includes our low posted price and our no-hassle 72-hour return policy. So no matter where you live, we have a convenient location for your next vehicle purchase. The K-Lig Auto Group, the North Park Bluebonnet family of dealerships.
It's high school football time, and John Wayne is right in the middle of the action. At the end of this game, one of the players will be chosen as the John Wayne Player of the Game. Go to johnwayne.com right now and vote for the player who you think will win. Pick the correct player and you'll win 2 tickets to a 2023 San Antonio Gunslingers home game. And just for playing, you'll have a chance to win the John Wayne $10,000 home makeover package. Don't fumble. Go to johnwayne.com and vote before the end of the game.
Welcome back here to Hero Stadium on David Edwards Drive. Bobby Stotzenberg along with Sean Morris. And Sean, Churchill needs this game. Roosevelt needs this game. It seems it's this kind of been a strange game in that it seems like Churchill's playing really good football. They are defensively in particular. Their kicking game is winning in a lot of aspects, but they're still behind 14-9. What can they do differently in the second half maybe to get a little more offensive punch?
Well, I think what the first thing they've got to do is they've got to get in the end zone. They've been down, in the red zone a couple of times. They've settled for 3 field goals. They've got to punch the ball into the end zone. They're trying to run that power run between the tackles. I really think they need to stretch the ball, try to get outside a little bit more. Roosevelt is pushing everybody on that defensive line, spread the ball out a little bit more, get around the edges. I think if they can do that, they're going to get the ball in the end zone.
They're going to have to do a better job up front as well. For Roosevelt, I think that maybe they shouldn't take as many chances defensively. I mean, it's worked. It's kind of silly to say that, but at the same time, they're leaving themselves vulnerable by stacking the line so much. I think their defensive tackles are good enough to not need that kind of stacking of the line. They can win the battle themselves.
Yeah, and I think that, what we've seen with Churchill have success with is when they get through that first line of defense of Roosevelt, they're able to pick up big yards, which they did in the second quarter. I agree with you. I think it's good for Roosevelt to drop a couple of guys back. They're running basically 9 guys on the line and 2 guys spread out wide playing man-to-man coverage. They're going to have to put some guys a little bit deeper back there because I think Churchill can take advantage of that if they make the adjustments here at halftime.
Well, with Reagan and Brandeis and Johnson and Clark doing so well in this district, Is it fair to call this a must-win? Because whoever wins this really kind of stays in the race, and the loser, not necessarily out of the race mathematically, but realistically, they probably are.
Yeah, they really are. Churchill has the better opportunity. Obviously, if they win this game, they go to 2-1 in district. They're going to be tied in that 4th place spot. Roosevelt, a little bit different here. I mean, they're going to have to play a lot better, I think, to get all the way into that playoff hunt.
Guys, I got Coach Harris.
Right now it's tough.
All right, let's go down to the field with Gabe Fadias and Coach Ron Harris.
Coach, I'm guessing pace is where you guys wanted, just executing down the stretch here in the 3rd and 4th quarter, get you guys a win.
Hopefully. We just need to finish drives when we do get in the red zone. I mean, we've had 3 opportunities and only come away with 3 field goals, so we got to finish drives.
Coach, best luck second half.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, guys.
All right, the last time I remember, Gabe, you interviewing Ron Harris on one of our TV broadcasts, they had the disco smoke coming out.
Yeah, it
no
turned into
smoke
like,
this time.
It turned into like Studio 54, like smoke was everywhere. I took off my shirt, I was wearing a tank top, and I broke out into the Donna Summer dance.
You in a tank top. We've got to get video of that.
Oh, yeah, it was fantastic.
Was that the Speedo night, too?
Well, yeah, Speedo night.
Later.
I kept the pants on, though. There was no Speedo showing. It was just a tank top. A little glitter on it, maybe. Can't confirm nor deny.
Oh, man,
That's
guys.
what you should do in the pregame show. Just start wearing what color glitter Speedo team are you picking?
Ugh, hey, just right quick, what Coach Harris was all business. I mean, that was as serious a look as I've seen from a coach not named Mark Soto coming out of the halftime locker room that I've ever seen. You can see that he was visibly upset with the fact that these guys aren't executing down stretch there as they get the ball inside the 5-yard line. Had it a couple of times. They've come away with field goals, and we could talk about missed holds. We can talk about this or that, but it comes down to execution down inside the 10, inside the 5 to win football games like this.
Guys, it really doesn't get any easier for either team. Churchill next week will play Brandeis, and they are probably the hottest team in the district right now, although, as I say that, Reagan has a 41-0 lead over Lee right now at the half over at Comalander. But Churchill plays Brandeis next week. Roosevelt will have next week off, and then they play Brandeis as well. So those are games that, Sean, both teams will probably be underdogs going into, so that just puts even more emphasis that this is a must-win for both of these teams to stay in the race.
Absolutely. I mean, a mirrored schedule. Both these teams are pretty much the same team. The only difference is Churchill has one more game because they're going to play Lee at the end of the season. But, yeah, it's not easy for either one of them. I mean, it's going to be tough no matter what. And that's why we talked about it at halftime, Bobby. This is a must-win game for both of these teams. Roosevelt will go to 2-2 if they can win this one. Churchill 2-1 if they can win it. But they've got to win this one.
Good kick there by Cesar Lopez. He really booted that. The wind, Gabe, has picked up a little bit, blowing towards the south a little bit here at Hero Stadium.
Yeah, it has. And one more team I'd like to throw in. You talk about hottest teams in this district. Don't turn your eyes on the Clark Cougars, guys. A vastly improved squad. Sean, what were they ranked? 6, 7, and KSAT 12's top 12 this week. I mean, that is a tremendously improved team. And you look at the top 4, you got Reagan, you got Johnson, you got Clark, you got Brandeis, and then a whole slew of teams, including these two, that are trying to crack that top 4.
Yeah.
Next week on Thursday, we will have
yes,
that
exactly.
Clark and Johnson game for you. That will be our Me TV contest next week. And that will be at Ferris Stadium. We start the second half. Churchill 1st and 10. They get a 5-yard run by the big senior running back Isaiah Blankenship, and now they go to hurry up. And they get the Rough Riders off sides, and they're not going to run a play because
it's contact.
They made some contact, but it will be a first down for the Chargers.
Offside.
I like the first call.
5-yard penalty. Contact was made. That's why the play was dead.
Blankenship running right up the middle, and then I like that they're going to a hurry up. I think that they can pick up the pace a little bit because we saw some success with that.
Be a first down.
Roosevelt does a lot to try to move guys around, shift guys around. They're on the defensive line, so take advantage of that, expose them with that, run a little bit more of an up-tempo offense, and I think Churchill's going to get in the end zone.
So it is first down at the 35-yard line. Pavlicek, quarterback draw, and then again, we talked about those defensive tackles for Roosevelt, and I think, their guys 35 and 36, Ali and Valdez, they have just been so dominant inside. Churchill can't block them. I mean, that's the long and short of it right now.
That's really all it is. And you look right here, I mean, they've got 4 guys on the line. You got 5 blockers. They're bringing a tight end in right now to block, and they're still getting through every time.
Sprint out left. Pavlicek pumps and fires, and that's a good ball out to the 42-yard line. That is caught by Ryan Vigel. There's a flag.
Wow, late
after
too.
The play is way behind the play, around the 40, goes about 35-yard line. There was a scuffle. And this is after the play. We're going to hear.
This is going to be against Churchill, maybe.
Michael Urdiales is today's referee. His umpire is Joseph Degollado. Joseph Ponce is that linesman. Zachary Urdiales is the line judge. Fernando Rivera, the back judge. Andrew Garza, the field judge. And the side judge is John Mays Thompson. And we have the legendary Bill Fetchy as the 25, or the clock operator, the play clock operator tonight here at Heroes.
We have 2 penalties in play. Both are dead ball, unsportsmanlike on the offense. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike on the defense. They're both going to be offset. It's after the play.
Sean, that was a reminder to the players of who's in charge and to knock it off.
Yeah, exactly.
It will be third down.
That's exactly what it is. They're going to see it if they do it. Just don't even mess around with it. It was kind of funny. You see that little scuffle, and then there were a couple players from opposite teams just hanging out talking to each other.
Third down here for Churchill. They need to get to the 45-yard line. Pavlicek. The backs move.
Ooh, yeah, I think that's going to be offsides.
Took a while to draw the flag, but they leaned
It's going to be a false start.
They draw themselves offsides?
I think they did. They were trying to yell that they jumped, but they got back, didn't touch anybody.
But the offensive backfield moved.
We got to listen on the offense. Both backs moved at the same time.
Good call.
It'll be a 5-yard penalty. We play the down.
They're trying to draw Roosevelt offsides, and they've done a great job of it all night. Roosevelt got back that time, though. The running backs both leaned forward. Easy call.
Yeah, they drew themselves off. 5-yard penalty against Churchill.
Some discipline from that defensive front there for Roosevelt. You know, Sean, how many times have they been drawn off sides on that kind of hard count? And a little more discipline this side. And I agree, both backs just kind of moved a little forward.
Yeah, the 2 defensive linemen jumped, but they didn't touch anybody, and they got right back.
Now there's a discussion.
Yeah.
I don't know what the discussion is.
I don't either. I think that's the right call.
They had the right call, in my opinion. I mean, you could clearly see that they both leaned forward. And that's just a mental mistake. And the Chargers are a much better team at 3rd and 3 than they are at 3rd and 8. Because 3rd and 3 kind of fits their style, Sean.
Yeah, it absolutely does. Fits everybody's style. I'd rather be at 3rd and 3 than 3rd and 8 anytime.
Pavlicek is 2 of 5 passing this afternoon, 30 yards so far. Brian Roeder not having much more success on the other side. He's just 1 for 7 and 23 yards. But it is a passing down, and Pavlicek will roll left. His receiver slipped as he was throwing on the sidelines to Diego Marsh, and the drive is stopped with that incomplete pass.
Marsh has been his go-to guy all season, but he just, like you said, Bobby, just slipped as he made that turn there, and I don't think he would have caught it anyway. Look, it was thrown out of bounds.
And Churchill, probably their most valuable player today, Cameron Van Pruin, the punter, steps onto the field. He's also the kicker. He's got 3 field goals. Andrew Price is the return man ready for Roosevelt. Van Pruin. Nice high end-over-end punt, and fielded on the run. That was dangerous.
Boy, it was.
But it was beneficial for Andrew Price. He probably saved the Rough Riders some yardage there, and Roosevelt will start with good field position.
That was almost like a fingertip grab as he's moving forward. He's very fortunate he didn't fumble that football, and also how strong are his hands?
Yeah, no joke. I agree with you. I don't know how he held on to that. That was incredible.
14-9, Roosevelt with the lead.
I think you and I would have held on to it, Sean. What do you think?
I would have, definitely.
I think I would have blown every muscle in my body if I'd have tried to do that.
Brian Roeder brings up the Rough Riders with trips to the right side. Hands off to Carroll heading that way. Carroll trying to get the edge. working his way up to the 45-yard line. And Remzinski almost had him in the at the line of scrimmage and slipped away a little bit for a gain of 5.
You're just seeing a difference in two teams. Team speed versus just pound and drive. And really right now, what the difference is in this game is Roosevelt's getting to the outside and picking up yards. Churchill's not been able to do that at all tonight.
But I tell you what, Brock Remzinski, he really stands out, number 5 for Churchill. Keep an eye on him on defense. He has been everywhere. Carroll again. Into the scrum he goes. I bet you number 5 Remzinski's somewhere in the middle of that.
Yep, he just got up. He was pretty close in there. Good penetration that time by the Churchill defensive line.
That's got to be a kid that's got a nickname with his last name, right? You almost have to have a nickname like that when you're a kid like that.
Oh, you know they all call him Remzinski. They don't even know what his first name is.
Yeah.
Coach doesn't even know what his first name is.
3rd down and 3 for the Rough Riders.
It's a big 3rd down.
Carroll and C in the backfield. C this time with the carry. And Remzinski stops him. Guys, he's almost in on every play. He's got the name, but he also backs it up with his play, makes the stop, and Roosevelt will have to punt.
Yeah, he's just back there all the time. He's second on the team with 40 tackles coming into this game, and tonight he's trying to take that lead because we've called his name a lot. Good job defensively by the Churchill Chargers because that was good field position started off by Roosevelt. They were not able to pick up a first down.
So it's punt time for the Rough Riders. No rush this time from Churchill. Pretty good punt. And they let it go, and that's going to be a Roosevelt roll into the end zone. And the coaches to our right, the Rough Rider coaching staff, they all in unison threw their hands up as Deshaun Washington couldn't kill that one inside the 5-yard line. He's upset with himself.
And I'm sure all at the same time just said, gosh, dang it. Darn it.
That's exactly what we heard.
Dang it, darn it to heck. That's
Just
exactly what you heard.
Right there.
Yeah.
Oh, and look at him. He just lays there. He's like, oh, I can't believe that.
Well, that was a mistake by the return man.
I agree.
You got to come up and get that.
Yeah, fair catch that. Yeah, he was in position to do it.
You know, Churchill's defense, they're good enough, Sean, to keep their team in games.
Well, that could have been a big ouchie for Churchill had that thing been down inside the 5.
It's 14-9, Charger football, as it will be Pavlicek keeping it. That's a pretty good first down play. You know, guys, Churchill's always been built on defense. They're a state championship team that went 15-0 in 1976. They beat the Temple Wildcats in the state championship 10-0.
Wow.
So they threw a shutout in the state championship game, and that's always been the tradition at Churchill is play great defense.
Speaking of great defense.
Big hit.
How about that hit right there? That was number 7, Nathan Benavides. We've called his name a lot tonight. He's made some big plays on defense. Had that big hit earlier. This kid lowers the boom, Gabe.
Churchill a little up-tempo now, 3rd and 4. They quickly come up. Pavlicek looks to the sidelines, and speaking of great defenses, the Roosevelt State Championship team in 1995 was a historically great defense, too.
Flowers on that defense?
Flowers, Missouri. Pavlicek rolls right, throws, and the ball looked like it may hit the receivers. Did it hit his feet and bounce into the air? But incomplete.
It hit his person somewhere.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it hit him or Jamari Smothers was in there playing really good, tight defense. It hit one of them in the foot. It was just a poorly thrown ball.
Slugfest, guys.
Man, it is.
And again, could this be any more different than Roosevelt's game last week against Johnson?
Yeah, that one was just a track meet. This one is the
big man relay?
Wow, what a high kick. My goodness.
Oh, man, a pick and pull collision to finish it. As Price probably should have called for a fair catch there. He's able to hold on, but
we got a flag
Cameron
and a
Van
hat.
Bruin, he launched that one.
There's a flag just thrown way back.
And a hat. Guys, we have a hat down, too.
Gabe, that thing was up in the above the lights.
It was, yes.
That was huge.
It was a
What
shot.
Great kick.
And again, you talk about players of the game, you know, and two kids or three kids that I think not a lot of people are looking at. The punter / kicker for Churchill and a couple of those defensive linemen for Roosevelt. I mean, those guys are playing well right now and have the argument to be in the player of the game conversation.
Well, you can vote for it, fans. We invite you to do that. Go to johnwayne.com, make your selection, John Wayne player of the game, as we hear from
We got holding
the referee.
On the receiving team. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty at the end of the run.
And
what the heck was?
johnwayne.com. If your selection matches ours, Sean, Gabe, and I will select the player of the game. If your selection matches ours, you win 2 tickets to watch the San Antonio Gunslingers Arena League football. And Gabe, we got to get you out there to see Coach Skelly in action.
Dude, I tell you what, he didn't do a bad job with that Gunslingers team. They really had a turnaround when, Skelly went down there and started helping them out.
All right, first down, Roosevelt Rough Riders. And we want to say hello to Andy Skelton in Indiana right now with his dad, Cullen Skelton, in the 61st class reunion of Rockport High.
Guess who was in on that tackle?
Yeah, Bremzinski again. And nowhere to go for Brennan Carroll. He is a player, folks. Brock Bremzinski.
Jaden May in there as well. Both those guys just playing exceptional. They have all season, and they really are today as well.
Loss of 1. Roeder looks to the sideline. Again, a split backfield there with C and Carroll.
Kind of a mirror of our first quarter, isn't it?
Yeah. Very similar. Hand off to C. Sweeping left. C has a lane and he gets a first down. Flags though fly. They add the receiver out there. Devon Tennyson Shepard blocking on an aisle. That's usually in the area of holding.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's going to be.
Sure, it'll be a spot-up foul, so we'll see. It'll probably be a net 2 or 3 yards or something.
Well, they're saying it was about a yard short of where he needed to get a first down, and that's one of those uncalled for penalties.
On the offense. Be a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. So replay the down.
Yeah, when your receiver is that far out, just let go of your hold at that point. If you're holding or you're thinking about it, just let it go. He's going to pick up close to a first down.
That is correction. It is a spot foul.
So they lost a yard.
So it'll be first or second and 11, Rough Riders.
Isn't that a DMX song?
First and 11.
Rough Riders.
You're going to have to Google that one, Gabe.
I think it was.
I can't help you out. Sweeping left. Boy, they strung that one out. Nowhere to go that time. Andrew Price. He may have fumbled
the ball popped loose. They're saying he's down
loose.
That was Wayne Roundtree out there, big number 99.
And Roundtree not only played off a block, he was able to get back in and still make that play.
Yeah, how about this? Watch number 99 right here.
Roosevelt just trying to.
Right here, stays on it. Boom.
New running back.
Yeah, that ball did come out.
Third down and 14 now for the Rough Riders.
That was wild, Gabe. That ball popped out. They should have called a fumble on that.
It looked like a fumble from down here, but these guys are a little closer than we are.
Brian Roeder just 1 for 7 passing the ball. This would be tough for Roosevelt. And they take too much time.
They called timeout, actually.
They took a timeout just before that. We'll break it with them. This is the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
Do you like going fast? Because I do. Hi, this is Jeb Burden with the John Wayne Service Company number 27 race car. I'm encouraging you to join the Fast Track to the Trades with John Wayne Service Company. Enroll in the John Wayne Academy for technical excellence today and change your life with a career in HVAC, plumbing, or electrical in just 90 days. Get paid to learn a trade. Take it from me. Get on the Fast Track to the Trades and call John Wayne Service Company 293-6700.
North Park Lexus of San Antonio has earned Elite of Lexus status for 27 consecutive years. And North Park Lexus of Dominion has earned Elite status every year since opening in 2016. Visit either North Park Lexus location this winter and test drive the all-new 2023 Lexus RX with its all-new redesigned sleeker exterior and more powerful stance. Available this winter at either North Park Lexus location. Proud supporters of high school athletics.
Roosevelt burns a timeout. So they'll have 2 timeouts left for the remainder of this second half. 14-9, and a long 3rd down conversion attempt here for the Rough Riders. Brian Roeder claps and takes the snap. Steps up, being chased. Remzinski gets him, makes him lose the football, and it's recovered by the offensive lineman Luke Hardy to bail Roosevelt out. But there, guys, excuse me, that was number 75, Jeremiah Bustamante, that recovered it. But another Brock Remzinski play for Churchill.
Yeah, just watch this replay here. Look for number 5. There he is. Comes off the block.
He's got
does
a motor.
not give up. Wow.
Guys, I'd like to see Brock Remzinski run the football for Churchill.
Yeah, no
just
joke.
for the heck of it.
Put him at tight end.
Roosevelt on 4th down, a slow snap from the deep snappers, a short punt. It will bounce in Rough Rider territory, and Churchill will have great field position here, guys, only trolling 14-9. And again, Gabe, despite Roosevelt leading this game, it's still the tempo that Ron Harris wants.
Absolutely. And Sean, again, we talked about this in the pregame show. If you can control the time of possession, get into the 4th quarter, it's a close game. You know, the edge, I think, goes to Churchill. If you allow Roosevelt and those great athletes out in space and give them room and make big plays, it's obviously, you know, Roosevelt and they've got the advantage. But right now, this is just playing right into what Ron Harris wants his team to, in this game, to go.
Low snap, Hunter Pavlicek fields it, and he'll run to the outside and get belted. But he does pick up about 5 yards there, Sean.
Yeah, he just had nowhere to go. Scoop that off the ground. Isaiah Blankenship was waiting for him, just couldn't wait any longer. You're going to see here just a low snap. Watch Blankenship go, and he's like, I just got to go.
Yeah.
Pavlicek picks it up and says, I'll just run it myself, and a great run, getting to the outside.
6 yards, yeah.
Well, Pavlicek, guys, he's just a sophomore. He's a pretty good size sophomore. And you got to believe that a lot of aspects of his game will be developed in the coming years as he hands the ball off, and big senior running back Isaiah Blankenship rumbles for a Churchill 1st down.
And if you notice, Bobby, they're running a little bit outside now. They're not keeping the ball in as much, running between the guards. Sent him outside the tackle that time, and they picked up positive yardage. This is the difference I think they needed to make here in the second half.
Corey Correa lost his helmet, and then we have a Rough Rider shaken up, so we'll take a break. 3:09 to go in the 3rd, 14-9. Rough Riders with a lead. You're watching high school football, the showcase, presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
It's so easy to love Pick and Pull. Why? How about the largest inventory in South Texas? How about the ease of finding your part with our interchange and real-time inventory search at pickandpullsa.com? How about an organized yard and maps to find your parts, plus a shuttle? At Pick and Pull, we make it easy to save money on the quality used auto parts you need at a price you can afford.
More to pick, less pull from your budget. Now that's Pick and Pull.
Central Builders is an award-winning general contractor headquartered in San Antonio. Their construction projects include large-scale remodels, expansions, and ground-up construction. Their comprehensive service offerings, along with dedication to quality workmanship, make them one of the top contractors in the city. Central Builders is a proud sponsor of Texas Sports Productions. Call Central Builders at their San Antonio office at 210-590-0235 or visit them online at centralbuilders.net.
Deshaun Washington able to walk off the field for Roosevelt. Churchill first down. Hunter Pavlicek rolls to his left, and he'll chunk one up. His receiver was just past the defender, but thrown too far for Diego Marsh to catch up to it. So incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Diego Marsh was wide open. Didn't really see it until the last minute, but clearly overthrown. But man, he had great position. That was an easy touchdown if he would have caught it.
You know, that little subtlety there, rolling left and squaring up your shoulders to throw, that's something I think, Sean, that will be developed during Hunter Pavlicek's career. He's just a sophomore. I bet by the time he's a senior, he'll be able to make that throw.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's got the strength. He proved it right there.
Pavlicek going to keep it. Tough yardage in there. He's getting pounded around, but he does pick up about 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, bounced off of one tackler and picked up another yard on 2nd down, so it's going to make it a 3rd and manageable 6, that's for sure.
I'm guessing this is 4 down territory, guys. What do you think?
I think they got to get in the end zone. I mean, the clock's ticking down here in the 3rd. They got to get a score.
Well, you hear the Churchill sideline yelling to their team, field goal alert, like be ready for it if we need to.
Well, 2 field goals and they win this game.
They've got 3 already from Cameron Van Pruin. Handoff.
It's going to be close.
That's going to be really close.
I think he got it.
How good of a job does he do of falling forward, Sean? Every play, he falls forward, picks up an extra 1 or 2 yards, and I think that little fall forward got him the first down.
Yeah, great play and great job of falling forward on that one. Knowing where he needed to get to, and he got there.
Well, his strength is his strength and size, not his speed. Blankenship, downhill runner, 202 pounds, gets the first down. He'll give it to him again. Again, using his size to push the line forward. Sean, the ball may have been stripped. Roosevelt saying they have it.
Well, the one ref saying it was down.
Oh, man, I tell you what. Coming up with the football there was Josiah Ali, and then he spiked it.
Down, guys.
Well, he spiked it. The line judge looked at him and said, don't do that again, i.e., I'll penalize you if you do it again. But Ali was clearly frustrated.
He's played such a great game, too, back in the backfield all night, Josiah Ali and Justice Valdez, so I'm sure there's some frustration setting in. Let's see right here.
They obviously whistled the play dead. They stripped him while he was standing up, so 2nd down. And his keeper, room to run, and close to the end zone. Did he get in?
Yes, he did.
They say Hunter Pavlicek scores.
And another fumble, another Roosevelt Rough Rider coming up with the ball saying, hey, that was a fumble, but I think he was in the end zone before he lost it.
Churchill
from here
scores.
It looks like, from here it looks like he broke the plane before the ball popped loose.
Watch Hunter Pavlicek with the fake right there. Got everybody sucked in. And the finish, as he hit his back, and he kind of landed on his back in the end zone, then the ball jarred loose, so Churchill regains the lead.
That's something they needed to do all day, was get into the end zone.
A knuckleball booted through on the extra point, and so our new score is the Churchill Chargers 16, the Roosevelt Rough Riders 14. You're watching the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on Me TV.
'23 San Antonio Gunslinger season tickets are now on sale.
Let's go Gunslingers, let's go, baby.
Reserve your tickets for the original professional football team in San Antonio, the Gunslingers. It's fast-paced, high-flying, over-the-wall professional football. Plus non-stop entertainment. Affordable family fun is what the San Antonio Gunslingers are all about. To get the best seats and prices, reserve your 2023 San Antonio Gunslingers season tickets now.
North Park Lexus of San Antonio and North Park Lexus at Dominion have over 350 used cars in stock, plus over 100 L-certified vehicles available. Each L-certified vehicle receives a comprehensive 161-point inspection and is backed with an industry-best unlimited mileage warranty, roadside assistance, and 2 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit either North Park Lexus location to select one. For your high school student or graduate, North Park Lexus, proud supporters of high school athletics.
Drive for Churchill. They get into the end zone finally. 6 plays, 43 yards, 2:52 off the clock. Hunter Pavlicek with a 14-yard run. We're going to review that at the end of this kickoff, as this will go out of the back of the end zone. What a kick by Van Pruin. But let's go back to that touchdown, folks. No replay in high school football, but watch Hunter Pavlicek. I think the ball came loose.
Right as he gets to the goal line, it's coming loose. Boom.
Watch the ball.
Ball is out when he crosses the goal line. I think that was a fumble.
But, you know, there's no reviews because it's mainly not available at the high school level. It would be today, and the only time you're allowed for a review is in the state championship when they have the big network covering and having replays available. But Churchill will take it. They have a 16-14 lead. We're late in the third. Bobby Stotzenberg along with Sean Morris and Gabe Farias from beautiful Heroes Stadium. C heading left. A couple of yards and that's it.
And this is where Roosevelt can strike and strike fast. We've talked about their team speed all night. They make big plays. They've had a couple of them tonight. They need one right here to take the lead back in this game.
I mean, guys, it's kind of been big player bust for Roosevelt.
Well, it's very simplistic. I love how Andy puts it. He says you get your athletes in space, get them the football, let them make a play. That's what Roosevelt needs to do. That's what they do. Get your athletes in space, get them the football, and let them make a play.
Second down for the Rough Riders. Going to try the jet sweep this time. As you said, Gabe, athlete in space, and there's Carroll in space. He came from the slot on the left side, and Brendan Carroll has a first down as we end the third quarter of play with that play right there. So after 3, Churchill leads Roosevelt 16-14 in a must-win for both teams. You're watching the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
Do you like going fast? Because I do. Hi, this is Jeb Burden with the John Wayne Service Company number 27 race car. I'm encouraging you to join the Fast Track to the Trades with John Wayne Service Company. Enroll in the John Wayne Academy for technical excellence today and change your life with a career in HVAC, plumbing, or electrical in just 90 days. Get paid to learn a trade. Take it from me. Get on the Fast Track to the Trades and call John Wayne Service Company 293-6700.
I'm Zakari Franklin. On the football field, my job is to do whatever it takes to win. Coach taught us we win the game with the right plan and teamwork. Your future's not a game. After a serious injury from a car truck wreck, how things turn out depends on having the right plan.
Wainwright Lawyers fight to get you the most money possible.
Get a fierce, experienced team of lawyers who do what it takes to win.
Call Wainwright now, 888-8888.
Don't wait, call 8.
Respect, justice, demand it. Wainwright Injury Lawyers.
12 minutes to go in this critical district contest. 28-6A battle for survival, even though it's still early in the race. Roosevelt has a first down. We start the fourth. Roeder fakes the handoff and keeps it. Pretty good run out to the 42-yard line, a gain of 4.
Yeah, it was a really good run. And we talked earlier, not a big guy in stature, but he runs tough. Diego Sostre comes in and makes the stop on that, but a really good run by Roeder.
Churchill's done a pretty good job, Sean, of preventing the big play. They had the 70-yard run by Brendan Carroll. Chargers have held up pretty much since. Roosevelt did have a 8-play 66-yard scoring drive, but they had to churn out some first downs to get there. At the 42, handoff sweeping left, run straight to the sideline, nowhere to go for Dante C. He'll lose yards.
How about Freddie Padilla on that play? Just throwing his blocker off. You're going to see him right here on the outside being blocked, pushes his guy off, just drives him out of bounds.
Gabe,
Great
we talked
job.
about it during the contest. Ron Harris's teams, their defense, they just seem to be in the right place. They're positioned right on almost every play. As it is 3rd and 9.
Big play in this football game, guys.
3rd down and 9 for Roosevelt. They're only 3 for 6, 50% so far on 3rd downs. Roeder. Kemczynski threatening blitz, and they get the Rough Riders to move. Yeah, I guess if number 5's creeping up, you might flinch a little bit.
Yeah, I was.
Ball start on the offense. Be a 5-yard penalty. Replay. 3rd down.
I saw Roeder clap his hands. And the ball didn't get snapped. And then I believe it was the right tackle just shifted his leg back.
And all that was the threat of Brock Ramzinski coming in there.
I'm afraid he's going to come up here. Shut the door. Kid's been all over the field tonight. Everywhere. They've got him listed as a running back, Bobby. You said it. I'd like to see him come in there and play.
Yeah. Roeder. Shotgun snap. Rolls right. Going to throw this one deep. Jump ball tipped and incomplete. He got it to the receiver. And it goes off of the hands of Dylan Coleman, who's been very quiet tonight, Sean. Dylan Coleman's the 6'3" receiver there. You see him number 16, and he comes up holding his lower back.
Yeah, a couple of guys out there, both running kind of the same route. Actually, yeah, Coleman goes up, but you can see that's why it was Andrew Price that ran right into him. Price actually took the brunt of the hit there. But you can't have 2 receivers in the same spot.
Coleman had 17 catches for 248 yards coming into this game, and he's been shut down. Low snap to get it away.
Oh,
Takes
should
a
have
Rough
fielded
Rider
that one.
bounce. That's a couple of times that Ryan Vigel, and he knows it, he should have fielded that one. That gives the Rough Riders a chance to flip the field. And guys, I think that the ideal Ron Harris drive here is to run the clock out. You don't even need to score, just run the clock out.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's exactly what he's going to do. Gabe, are you hearing anything different down there?
Don't turn the ball over. Hang on. Like, I'm not joking. Again, I think they know they've got the goods to go down the field, long 6, 7, 8 minute drive and just end this game now. As crazy as this sounds. Bobby, what did we have a few weeks ago? Did we have like a 9-minute drive or something ridiculous?
We did. It's happened before, and that's the way the Churchill offense is designed. Hunter Pavlicek, sophomore quarterback, comes in for this drive to lead them down the field, they hope. Hands to Blankenship, going left. The Rider defense, though,
but that was, no, I think it was a low snap, and that kind of slowed everything up to start.
That's 3 times, Sean, that I can remember low snaps to Hunter Pavlicek.
Yeah, well, he did it on that last drive, too. Just was unable to hand the ball to Isaiah Blankenship. That was a low snap there, too. Was able to get up and make the handoff, but still dangerous. Now, what I did like is they ran to the outside on that. You can't just keep running up the middle. They've mixed it up a little bit here, but they're going to have to pick up some yards when they do it. Got nothing on that one.
Chargers by 2.
Another low snap,
Low
Bobby.
snap again, and there's another player of the game candidate, I think, Sean.
Absolutely.
Josiah Ali. He and Justice Valdez, those defensive tackles for Roosevelt, have just driven Churchill crazy today.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been in the backfield, it seems like, every play. And Ali had that fumble recovery a minute ago, and he was frustrated because he thought it was a fumble. The replay showed it probably was, but he's wanting to make up for it right now.
Chargers 2 of 8 on 3rd down conversions this afternoon. Tough one here for the sophomore quarterback. Pavlicek rolls right. Fires it on the sideline. It's caught at the 30-yard line. That's going to be about a yard shy, I think, of the first down, though. They'll mark it at the 29, so 2 yards shy. Nick Karam makes the catch, but it's short at the 29.
So we got a flag down.
I think there's a flag. I think Karam went out of bounds and came back in and caught it. I think that's what happened. I saw him step out, and then he jumped right back in.
If that's the case, guys, Churchill will be pushed back pretty far and closer to that end zone.
I think you decline it and make him punt.
We got illegal touching on the receiver. He went out on his own and came back in and received the ball. So we got illegal touching on the offense. He's going back to the previous spot, 5 yards, and a loss of down.
Oh, yeah. There you
wow. It's like intentional grounding.
Well,
You
since
lose that
Gabe,
down.
you're mentioning 70s TV shows, no whammy. That was a double whammy there.
That was a double whammy. You remember that show? What was it called?
Pressure Luck. That was in the 80s.
Pressure Luck.
Yeah.
Not
No
the
whammy, no
70s.
whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no
70s.
whammy.
No, Pressure Luck was in the 80s.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought
man.
it goes back to the 70s.
It may, but I remember watching it in the 80s.
It's like the Muppets. I think the Muppets were a two-era, like 70s and 80s. Like you had
Multi-era.
Beaker, like, me, 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 me. That was 70s and 80s. Guys, we've experienced Beaker well into this decade.
Yes, we have.
One of the great unheralded actors in all of Hollywood cinema.
Cameron Van Bruin bunts from his own end zone, and he gets launches this one, and is fielded on the run by Price. He'll try to return it to the left sideline. Coverage by the Chargers. They swarm him at the 48. What a punt by Cameron Van Bruin.
But guys, how about equally the impressive hands of Andrew Price?
Yes, I was just about to say that. My goodness, this kid's incredible.
I mean, that's a great punt. I get it, but that catch is just as good, and he's able to get positive yards out of it, man. That's a heck of a play. The second play by Price, remember, he caught that punt on the run. We commented how strong his hands were. Those a couple of heads-up plays, and kind of the opposite of what we've seen with Vigil on the Churchill side, letting the ball bounce, but they should have come up and grabbed it.
Can the Chargers continue to prevent the big play?
Because I'll take it a step further. If that ball bounces forever.
Oh, yeah.
Roosevelt still pretty good field position. And to Carroll. Into Churchill territory. Sean, I think they're going to have to be patient and just take those plays inside between the tackles and get 3 or 4 yards.
Why not? I mean, it's worked for you. I would keep doing it. One of them's going to break here in a minute. Carroll's going to take it for a long run like he did earlier. I'd keep going to him. Keep feeding the beast.
He's the guy, that's for sure.
Well, they read that one. That Ramzinski standing there waiting for Andrew Price. Price comes on the jet sweep, and number 5, Brock Ramzinski of the Chicago Bears. Churchill Chargers. Watch him.
Look at that. Just broke through everybody.
I know we're talking all-name team. How about this? How about all-city first team? That kid is a player.
He is a player. I agree.
There's a lot of good football players on this field. I think he might be the best one on the field. 3rd and 10. Roeder scrambling. Let's see. Well, Ramzinski picks it off on the tip drill. There goes Brock Ramzinski with the football.
You got what you wanted, Bobby.
Yeah, and there's a flag at the end of the play as
What a
the scuffle
player.
breaks out. But a tip drill pick. That's the second interception for Churchill. And Brock Ramzinski, right place, right time.
He bobbled that one a little bit, but you can tell he's got great hands listed as a linebacker and running back.
Guys, he was blocked. He was out of the play, and he never gave up. This kid's got instincts defensively that very few have.
Well, Bobby said he wanted to see him carry the ball.
Yeah.
Finally got that opportunity tonight.
Carried about 4 or 5 Roosevelt Rough Riders for an extra 3 or 4 yards is what he did.
Yeah, he did. This referee has had his hat off multiple times tonight.
I think it's falling off. That's what I think is happening. I don't think it's, I think that in the back, that when you take it off, I think that thing's not working. I think the adhesive part of the hat is inoperable. Did I say that right?
It looked like a little bit of a scrum there at the end of that. A couple of guys pushing each other off, and
back
Roosevelt
in the
came off saying that was on Churchill. Let's see.
After the interception, we got personal foul on Churchill, number 96. We have 15-yard penalty. Churchill will regain first down.
Big penalty because they really need field position with their offense. But guys, Brock Ramzinski he's an old school Churchill Charger. You remember, in their heyday in the 70s and 80s, they had a whole team full of Brock Ramzinskis, and he's just an old school hard-nosed football player. He's so impressive.
Yeah, he really is. I agree with Gabe. I think this kid's going to be an all-city player before it's all said and done. Clearly an all-district player, that's for sure. He has been everywhere tonight.
6:42 to go. Roosevelt with 2 timeouts. Churchill with 3. Chargers with the lead by 2. Blankenship left side. Stood up and nowhere to go. Guys, 3 turnovers by Roosevelt, 0 by Churchill. Remzinski has an interception. Kuntz has an interception, and Sostre has an interception for Churchill today.
I know at least one has led to points. One led to a field goal.
Well, that was the Kuntz interception because they were so deep in Rough Riders territory. There you go, free play. Yeah, these guys have got to stay disciplined for Roosevelt. There's still plenty of time on this game clock.
Be a 5-yard penalty. Replay the down.
Guys, it seems like that was, what, Gabe, maybe the 3rd time, 4th time that Roosevelt has jumped off on the hard count?
Yeah, and they've done it. And the point I made earlier was the reason they were going to a faster pace. I think what that does is that confuses that Roosevelt front.
So 2nd and short now.
They did it again.
Again, they did it again.
That's a first down.
It's just discipline
Outside,
on one side. And
on the defense, there was contact made. Be a 5-yard penalty. Replay the down. Correction, first down.
Sean, Matt Carroll's got to know that his team's playoff hopes are slipping away right in front of our eyes here. They can't go to 1-3 in district and come back from it, I don't think.
Well, you know, Churchill gets a 15-yard penalty. They get it back on 2 penalties by Roosevelt.
Blankenship. Right down Main Street to midfield.
You know, Bobby, one of the things I've noticed is when that snap goes back to Pavlicek and it's a good snap and he catches it, he makes a good handoff to Blankenship and they pick up some yardage. But when he struggles with it, that's whenever that entire defense gets back in the backfield.
Injury timeout on the field. We'll break it with them. Churchill by 2. You're watching the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
On the field, we fight hard and smart.
It's about teamwork and strategy.
When an 18-wheeler or company vehicle wreck injury puts you on the sidelines,
Your next move could determine your future.
And you want to win.
Get a winning team. Wainwright.
Don't wait. Call
888-8888.
Wainwright Injury Lawyers fight to get you the most money possible.
Go for the win.
Just call Wainwright.
Call Wainwright now. 888-8888. Respect. Justice. Demand it. Wainwright Injury Lawyers.
If you don't mean it, it's just words. Well, integrity is basically loyalty to be good when no one is watching, so you should do it because you know it's right.
That was Justice Valdez, Sean, I believe, that went off the field for Roosevelt, and he's been super dominant inside. They still have Josiah Ali at the defensive tackle position up front, but Roosevelt desperately needing a stop now. More Blankenship. Not much. And now we're going to have 3rd down, and if there was ever a big 3rd down, Sean, in this game, is this one right now.
Absolutely, and the clock continues to run, which is exactly what Coach Harris wants, but they've got to pick up a first down right here. That may put it away if they can do that because they have long drives. Trying to draw them off sides again, Bobby. Look at that.
The hard count.
And they got the best punter that I think I've seen all year long.
Oh, yeah.
Cameron Van Pruin is pretty good. The kid from Reagan also really good.
Yes, he was, yeah.
Deeper. And Pavlicek stood up and driven back. He does get about 2 yards, and watch out at the end. Roosevelt's got to be careful not to get themselves a penalty there, Sean.
Yeah, they wanted it there, but I think just momentum. There was 3 guys on him. It's hard to stop 3 guys from pushing the quarterback down. I like that they didn't throw a flag on that. Your momentum's going back, and you just can't do it. Of course, did you see who was in that mix? Josiah Ali.
And, gentlemen, if I'm Churchill, I let the whole clock run and take the penalty. Who cares? You got Cameron Van Pruin.
Yeah, I agree.
Back there launching punts. 5 yards means nothing right here.
Well, he's going to kick it a mile in the air. give his team plenty of opportunity to get down and cover it.
Let's see if they even punt it. They take a timeout, which they'll go ahead and take a timeout. We'll take it with them.
Churchill.
This is the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company.
San Antonio Gunslinger season tickets are now on sale.
Let's go Gunslingers, let's go, baby.
Reserve your tickets for the original professional football team in San Antonio, the Gunslingers. It's fast-paced, high-flying, over-the-wall professional football. Plus non-stop entertainment. Affordable family fun is what the San Antonio Gunslingers are all about. To get the best seats and prices, reserve your 2023 San Antonio Gunslingers season tickets now.
I'm Oscar Cardenas. In football, we fight hard to make it happen. That's what makes us winners.
18-wheeler or company vehicle wreck injury put you on the sidelines?
Get a winner to fight for you. A lawyer with grit and determination who will not stop until you get justice and all the money you deserve. And that's Wainwright Injury Lawyers, so don't wait, call 8.
Call Wainwright Injury Lawyers, 888-8888 now.
Want to win? You know who to call. That's right, Wainwright.
Respect, justice, demand it. Wainwright Injury Lawyers.
Snap on the punt for Van Bruin. Still gets it off. Fielded. And there goes Price.
Oh, wow.
On the
Here
return.
we go.
Big punt return. Still on his feet. Oh, my. Andrew Price. And then bodies flying in there late. Gabriel, we talked about Andrew Price
What did I say?
for Roosevelt.
I said keep it away from 14.
Well, that was tough to do for Van Bruin. Normally, in that position of the field, Sean, you're trying to cough and corner it, but Van Bruin had to deal with a bad snap first.
Yeah, snap came in really low. He had to pick it up. He does a good job of gathering himself. There was no pressure really coming. Kicks an end over and kick. But look at this catch once again, Gabe. My goodness, this kid is so incredible as a returner.
Well, you can see why they've tried to get Andrew Price the ball on offense. That punt return is evidence of that.
And kept him in the game.
Well, gentlemen, this is not over.
No, it's not. Plenty of time.
Roosevelt scored both of their touchdowns in the second quarter. They were shut out in the first and third, but they start from the 49-yard line. Flare out to Carroll. Lots of black jerseys in front. There's a flag down. They stopped after a gain of 2. That flag kind of in the area of holding.
Look like a hold, guys.
Yeah, it's going to be either a hold or a low block.
Roosevelt has 8 penalties for 50 yards before this.
Holding on the offense. Be a 10-yard penalty for the previous spot.
You talk about winning intangibles in games like this, these closely matched games, and Roosevelt guys, they're losing the intangibles battle. They're losing the battle on turnovers. They're losing the battle on penalties, and man, that could be the difference in them not winning this football game.
Yeah, penalties has definitely been the big one for these guys. 9 penalties for 60 yards.
Tackle over to the left. They're going to roll to the right, opposite of that. Roeder looks downfield.
Oh my gosh.
Underneath. Incomplete.
Dante C was wide open, standing there yelling at him. There was nobody within 15 yards of him. And I don't know how Roeder never saw him.
He was running for his life.
Well, he was stretched to the outside. You'll watch here. I don't know if you can see C, but he's on the outside. There's nobody there. And he short hops it.
A guy that's been incredibly quiet today is Dylan Coleman, the 6'3" receiver for Roosevelt. They could use a big reception from him soon. Here comes Ramzinski on the blitz. Roeder running for his life and just throws it away. Will it get past the line? It does.
Wow.
And according to Carl Padilla, the Godfather and a Churchill proud alum, he says nobody is recruiting Brock Ramzinski to play college football. Somebody needs to send that tape all over the country. This kid is a baller.
I'd recruit him on his name alone.
Just so you have his name.
Just so you have his name when you're. The kid is a phenomenal. He's the kind of kid, Bob, that could be a strong safety. That could be a slot. That could do anything for a football team.
3rd down and 20. Riders. Roeder for the Riders. Throws it up. Jump ball. There's the flag. They were finally trying to get the ball to Coleman. There was a lot of contact between Coleman and Ty Webb. And I think the interference is coming against Churchill.
Yeah, I think this one's going to go against Webb. Wasn't he a golfer on Caddyshack, Ty Webb?
Yes, that's right.
Good name.
Oh.
No.
No, that was Chevy Chase. I think Ty Webb
I know,
was
Ty Webb was Chevy
yeah.
Chase. Be the ball, Danny. Yeah, watch here on this.
You got defense, pass interference.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you guys think? 'Cause
15 yards.
He did push off a little bit at
First
the
down.
end. I did see a little bit of a push off.
down here, it looked like just two guys going at it, going stride for stride. I didn't see a whole lot, but you guys have a better view from the
game,
cool
I mean,
area.
Coleman's 6'3", and they really haven't tried to get him the ball. That seems to be, right now, a mistake by the Riders not getting him the football. They went for it there, and they get a first down on the penalty. Roeder will throw it again. This is caught
There it
in
is.
stride, and a big play inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Get it to 14.
Yes.
Andrew Price.
This kid has got incredible hands. My goodness, I don't know that I've seen a receiver play this well, and I'm not just talking about being the receiver, just his returns. He catches everything. Nothing gets by this guy.
That's only the second completion by Roeder, but they're at the 15-yard line with 2:49 to go. Quarterback draw. Roeder rams it up in there and gains 5 yards. And guys, it's 16-14. Seems like Churchill has controlled this game. Roosevelt has 3 turnovers, and here they are, Sean, with a chance to win the game.
Yeah, this is incredible. And this all just comes down to the big plays, being able to make the big plays, and all night, Roosevelt's been able to do it.
They have a quad set to the right side. They're going to run the draw play, and Roeder is going to get close to a Rough Rider first down.
He thought about throwing that to Devin Tennyson Shepard. Tennyson Shepard was wide open. He broke off of the defender and started to kind of fade back in the end zone. Roeder looked at him for a split second and then took off, but he's got him open out there. They may run it again.
I'm going to tell you this. If Roosevelt wins, you got to throw Andrew Price into the mix as a player of the game candidate.
No doubt about it. He made a big catch on this drive. He set up the drive with that punt return.
I'm just getting a first down here. Yeah, just get the
Give
first.
it to Carroll. Carroll for his 3rd touchdown. Hurdles into the end zone. 3 touchdowns for number 6, Brennan Carroll. Roosevelt regains the lead, and there's a flag.
7-yard touchdown run by Brennan Carroll. He has been one of the stars of this team today. They needed to get in the end zone. Now more flags. Oh, my gosh.
That's going to be on Price.
Wow.
They're going to back this up because I think they're probably going to call a hold. That's a post-penalty flag. That's going to be another. I mean, this is...
I've never seen 5 flags on the field before.
And no hats, just all flags. Normally you'll see a hat or a beanbag or something thrown in there, but it's all flags.
Well, there's some tension on the field, isn't there, Gabe, with these players?
And why not? I mean, you know, you want to see that intensity. This is literally a win and stay-in ball game for both of these teams. I mean, either one of these teams loses, and for all intent and purpose, Sean, they are out of the playoff race in this gut-wrenching district.
Yeah, this has just been a dogfight all day, and we knew it was going to be.
I would be disappointed if there wasn't chippiness out there.
Mean, you know, you take the lead right there, and you start to think, all right, good, we got it. I mean, there's a minute and a half, a little over a minute and a half left. We've got a good lead right now, forcing Churchill to have to score a touchdown to beat us. But, man, there's too many emotions going right now.
Was that first flag, though? Was it during the play? Was it what? Did that come at the end of the play?
At the end. The 2 flew up at the same time. Everything happened after the play was over.
I saw the Price penalties, but I didn't see the first flag that's lying on the 7-yard line.
And, gentlemen, a lot of this for Churchill, it goes back to their inability to score touchdowns in the red zone in the first half. They settled for 3 field goals. If they would have scored even 1 touchdown in those situations, we'd be looking at a very different game.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, that really has been the difference in the game. It's just field goals versus touchdowns. You can't bring field goals to a touchdown party.
Here we go.
I hear Andy say that all the time.
We got 2 fouls after the touchdown. Touchdown will be good. We got unsportsmanlike on the offense, number 58. Then we got unsportsmanlike on the offense on 14.
They could be kicking off from their
I was gonna
1
say,
yard line.
You take them both on the kickoff, right?
Guys,
the penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
They'll be kicking from the 10-yard line, gentlemen, if I'm right.
Wow.
No, about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, 15-yard line, Bob. You're making me do math right now, man.
10-yard
Why?
line, something like that.
Just let them set it up.
I know
and
they're
go.
going to kick it from
Yeah, they're
way
going to kick
back.
off from the 10. They're going to kick off from the 10, 15 and 15.
You just gave Churchill a chance. They're not a
I know.
prolific offense, but they're going to likely have good field position.
I agree.
They're going to go for 2 here.
Make sure they get that 7-point.
The go-ahead score, but some mistakes there by the Rough Riders. They go for 2. Carroll trying to get to the edge. He does. 2-point conversion for Brennan Carroll, and that makes it Roosevelt 20.
Another flag, Bobby. Another flag is on the field in the end zone after the play is over.
22-16.
My
We'll
goodness.
take a break. We'll sort it out in a moment. This is the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
For all your business and personal banking needs, Schertz Bank and Trust is your community bank of choice to fit your needs and lifestyle. All the modern conveniences of big national banks, but with friendly, personalized service. At Schertz Bank and Trust, you are not just a number, but a valued customer that will be treated with respect. Learn the variety of loan and deposit account options online at SchertzBank.com. Schertz Bank and Trust, strong and stable since 1913.
The K-Lig Auto Group, the North Park Bluebonnet family of dealerships, has in stock over 2,500 pre-owned vehicles and over 1,800 new vehicles in stock or in transit. Choose from cars, trucks, and SUVs, domestic or import. Every vehicle includes our low posted price and our no-hassle 72-hour return policy. So no matter where you live, we have a convenient location for your next vehicle purchase. The K-Lig Auto Group, the North Park Bluebonnet family of dealerships.
Well, basically that 6-play, 49-yard drive and the two-point conversion run by Brendan Carroll, 7-yard on the TD. All of that penalties you can't take both of them, is what I understand is the rule. You can take one but not both of the 15-yard penalties. Churchill returned the favor by getting a 15-yard penalty themselves after the 2-point conversion. So that evens it all out, Sean, and Roosevelt will kick from the 40 as normal. That's a big mistake by the Chargers at the end of that 2-point conversion.
Yeah, they would have been kicking from the 25-yard line, but you know, these last 2 plays, penalties after the plays. And that's just all emotion, all mental. Now they're talking about something else.
Gabe, I thought you would be sitting at home by now as fast as that first quarter went, but this penalties have plagued and slowed this game down to a crawl.
They may back it up, Bobby. I think they're
During
going
the
to.
touchdown, we had 2 dead ball penalties.
They both count.
Against Roosevelt. One of them will be marked off since it's offset from that into PAT.
Yeah, that's the right call.
I kind of figured you had to walk off at least one of those, so it's a net negative 15 yards if you're Roosevelt.
So this plays into Churchill's hands right now.
Yeah, 15 is 30, minus 15 is 15.
Sister Colette in my math class from 2nd grade is starting to kick in all over again.
Gabe Farias down on the field with his abacus.
Yeah,
trying to figure it out.
You're a resident idiot. You're high-functioning idiot.
Your iPhone, Gabe.
Are you moving the red beads or the blue beads?
And by beads, I'm trying not to use my fat fingers to hit the buttons wrong on my calculator.
Just ask Siri. Just ask Siri.
Yeah. Hey, Siri. What's 30 minus 15? What's 15 plus 15 minus 15? Right? Is that what it is?
That's exactly what it is.
The answer is, you moron. You should have studied in elementary school.
Here's a kickoff from Roosevelt from their 25. They squib it. It's picked up at the 35. Good field position coming as Kuntz takes it across midfield. So that was net gain Churchill through that. And even though their offense isn't real prolific, Sean, they have great field position, 2 timeouts. They need a touchdown to tie, a touchdown, and an extra point to win.
Well, they're going to lean on Isaiah Blankenship right now to try to get him there. And, of course, Hunter Pavlicek. Right now, I think the key to Churchill having success, they've got to get the snaps back to the quarterback. They've got to give Pavlicek the opportunity to not have to look down, be able to scan the field and make the plays that he needs to make.
Sean, I don't know that leaning on 27 right now is going to be enough.
Well, he's not in the game right
now.
Yeah,
he's not. Pavlicek scrambling. Uh-oh. Oh, it gets him.
That's not good
either. That's going to be a grounding.
Got an injured player on the field, too, at the end of that. And that's not the guy that needs to get.
Sophomore mistake, Sean.
Yeah, and that's Josiah Ali, who came up a little bit gimpy there. They need him right now.
They're saying that was an incomplete pass.
What?
Play was an incomplete pass.
Ooh. Yeah, they're calling that an incomplete pass, so that's a breath of life for Churchill right there.
Wow. I don't understand that. There was nobody over there.
Well, did the ball get back to the line of scrimmage?
No.
Not even close. Second down. Pavlicek rolls left again.
Nothing.
There's that defensive line again. Josiah Ali.
That was Kenny Ray in there as well.
Yeah, Kenny Ray also.
Yeah, they can't afford to lose Ali right now. He has played so well today.
Guys, have you noticed the propensity for Churchill?
Timeout.
Rolling.
Churchill.
Yes.
That's their second timeout of the half.
I was just about to say that, Bobby. They roll him to the left, and he's a right-handed quarterback. I don't understand that.
Timeout on the field. And we'll keep it here. We've been glad to bring you this game on a Saturday afternoon. It's just different working on a Saturday afternoon on the high school level. You're used to the night games, and Northeast ISD has, starting in October, moved the Saturday games up to 2 o'clock. And I bet last week when it was super, super hot, they were wondering, golly, was that the right decision? And it's still a little bit warm, but it has certainly a lot cooler than it was a week ago.
That's the OB sideline reporter. That was a good decision to play at 2 o'clock.
But I'll tell you, it's not.
Nope.
It's not. We're talking. It was upper 90s last week, so it did cool off enough. There was a little nip in the air this morning. Churchill needing something big to happen in their favor. There you have a 3rd and 17. Pavlicek quarterback draw. Safe play or conservative play. I don't know about safe. Guess who made the tackle again, Sean?
Yeah, Josiah Ali.
Oh, that young man.
Well, if Roosevelt goes on to win this game, and it's looking like they're going to, and you talk about missed opportunities. Churchill, they did everything, Sean, we talked about in the pregame show they needed to do to win.
Yep.
Control the time of possession, go on long drives. They just weren't able to punch it in when they had an opportunity.
Yeah, we forgot to add that to it. Long drive.
4th down.
Score, touchdown. Boom. Never saw him coming.
There's a sack. Kenny Ray probably wins it for Roosevelt. That should do it. What a win for Roosevelt here today. They had just about everything go wrong, it seemed like, Sean, and they're still going to win the football game.
Well, it's come down to the fact that they've scored 3 touchdowns and Churchill's only scored 1. That's really been the difference maker. I mean, a 3-yard touchdown, 7-yard touchdown, and 70-yard touchdown run by Brendan Carroll has been the difference in this game. And I will say, too, this defensive line for Roosevelt has played outstanding today, specifically the 2 guys we've called all day, Josiah Ali and Justice Valdez.
I'll tell you what, the bigs in the middle, they're on my short list.
There's a few guys. Carroll had a big game.
So Victory
Bryce had a big
formation
game.
for Roosevelt. They only need to snap it one time. What an incredibly important victory for Roosevelt to stay alive in the district race.
Yeah, they're going to go to 2-2 in district, but it's not going to be easy for them. They've got a tough road ahead of them.
Both teams do, but this one
Keeps
was
them
a
in it.
big one that they needed. So that will do it. They don't have to snap it anymore. We'll go to break as we will let it go down to zeros first, as the Roosevelt Rough Riders will defeat the Churchill Chargers 22-16. You're watching the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on Me TV.
North Park Lexus of San Antonio has earned Elite of Lexus status for 27 consecutive years. And North Park Lexus of Dominion has earned Elite status every year since opening in 2016. Visit either North Park Lexus location this winter and test drive the all-new 2023 Lexus RX with its all-new redesigned sleeker exterior and more powerful stance. Available this winter at either North Park Lexus location. Proud supporters of high school athletics.
The BGC app, KSAT and TSB are delivering the best high school football Texas has ever streamed.
Hold on to this one. 85 yards.
We have the games, we have the technology, and it's all free. Over 100 games, highlights, and more. Bigger, stronger, better. This season, expect more. The BGC app. Experience the next generation of coverage. Powered by the Children's Hospital of San Antonio.
It's so easy to love Pick and Pull. Why? How about the largest inventory in South Texas? How about the ease of finding your part with our interchange and real-time inventory search at pickandpullsa.com? How about an organized yard and maps to find your parts, plus a shuttle? At Pick and Pull, we make it easy to save money on the quality used auto parts you need at a price you can afford.
More to pick, less pull from your budget. Now that's Pick and Pull.
Central Builders is an award-winning general contractor headquartered in San Antonio. Their construction projects include large-scale remodels, expansions, and ground-up construction. Their comprehensive service offerings, along with dedication to quality workmanship, make them one of the top contractors in the city. Central Builders is a proud sponsor of Texas Sports Productions. Call Central Builders at their San Antonio office at 210-590-0235 or visit them online at centralbuilders.net.
Here with Coach Carroll from Roosevelt. Coach, these games in this district, wins are like gold. This was a gut check victory for you guys. Take us through what we saw today from Roosevelt.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hard-fought win, and at the end of the day, in this district, like you said, I mean, it's going to be tough every time you come out here and do it, and if you can end up on the winning side of the scoreboard, it's always a plus.
Yeah, against a Ron Harris team, if you tell me it's going to be low scoring, a lot of defense, a controlled time of possession, you would think that Churchill would win a football game like that, but you kind of turn the tail. You guys controlled the tempo. You guys did just enough to win this football game. I'm guessing you're pretty proud of your bunch.
Yeah, I am. You know, we know that with them coming in here, they're going to run the ball. We know we like to, and we just want to kind of control the tempo ourselves a little bit. And it's kind of this kind of game you want to end up with that last possession to be able to do something. And we're fortunate enough that worked out for us.
Yeah, Coach, you know, in a game that, again, everyone always looks at the offensive players. Your son, Carroll, had a big game. You know, Price had a nice game, some great – man, let me ask you about him. We were talking about him receiving the balls on punts, and he saved you guys a ton of yards and gave you guys a chance late to get that last score. Talk about Price and what he meant to you on the intangible side of the football.
Actually, I mean, he's an electric player, and what I like about him, he's very unselfish. I mean, whatever the team needs, he jumps out. He gives everything until he has nothing, and he makes a lot of plays, and if he's got an opportunity, if he feel like he can make a difference in the game, he's going to give you everything he got to do it.
But at the end of the day, that defensive front was just big. And talk about the play of Josiah Ali.
No, it was big. And, you know, he'll tell you and say, we talked about this coming into it, a game like this. We got to have a lot of play in our D-line. You know, we've been a little porous the last couple of weeks on defense, and that was a big thing for us this week to try to kind of lock that down, knowing that this is a team that like to run it right at us, and we're going to have to step up and do our job and play big. And, I mean, he did everything we asked him to do. Yeah,
Coach, this was a win it and stay in it kind of game. You guys won it, so keep going. Congratulations. Best luck rest of the year.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, guys.
Let
me go ahead and bring our
the big guys like the big guys.
I love it when a biggin gets a player of the game because these guys never get any credit. Josiah Ali, Big win for you guys. Take us through what we just saw against this really tough Churchill team.
You know, we've been planning for this game for a week now. You know, it's crazy because a lot of people doubted us because we lost to Madison. You know, after a tough loss. You know, I think if I put it like this, when we beat this team, we could have beat Madison. So that's just to show you how good of a team we really are. When we, you know, execute what coaches tell us. You know, the coaches write up a play for us. We do it. Just execute everything, and it goes on.
You know, and you know, the most dominant part of this game was that defensive line, and you're just one of a great defensive line. Talk about the other guys there on that defensive front.
You know, shout out to Kenny. Shout out to Justice. You know, Justice is only a sophomore, number 36. You got Kenny Ray, came from a linebacker position. You know, it's always helpful when you got other big people, you know, so people don't got to depend on you. So, you know, dogs in the trenches, you know, and that's just to battle it out and see who's tougher.
Being a former big offensive lineman, I love it when you have other big people around me. Trust me. Well, congratulations, Josiah Ali. You're a John Wayne Service Company player of the game, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. It means a lot, you know. I always plan, you know. I was talking to my coach, head coach Carroll. You know, I had one goal to win this. You know, sort of in the office day before the game. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I have one goal, and it's to get John Wayne play the game. You know, you have to see a big defensive lineman to get it. So, you know, I had to, you know, work my butt off just to execute and get this dub.
It was no charity, buddy. You earned it. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, guys. There you go.
All right. He definitely earned it. Josiah Ali, our John Wayne player of the game. We'll be back to wrap it up in just a moment. Roosevelt defeats Churchill 22-16. This is High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on Me TV.
Do you like going fast? Because I do. Hi, this is Jeb Burden with the John Wayne Service Company number 27 race car. I'm encouraging you to join the Fast Track to the Trades with John Wayne Service Company. Enroll in the John Wayne Academy for technical excellence today and change your life with a career in HVAC, plumbing, or electrical in just 90 days. Get paid to learn a trade. Take it from me. Get on the Fast Track to the Trades and call John Wayne Service Company 293-6700.
I'm Rashad Wisdom. Coach showed us what it takes to win on the field and in life. You've got to have power and determination. You've got to be fearless but smart with a focused strategy. That's what it takes to win, and that's what attorney Wainwright's got.
Wainwright lawyers fight to get you the most money possible.
When life knocks you down with a car, motorcycle, or 18-wheeler wreck injury, get a champion. Wainwright. Don't wait. Call 8.
Call Wainwright now. 888-8888. Respect. Justice. Demand it. Wainwright Injury Lawyers.
It's so easy to love Pick and Pull. Why? How about the largest inventory in South Texas? How about the ease of finding your part with our interchange and real-time inventory search at pickandpullsa.com? How about an organized yard and maps to find your parts, plus a shuttle? At Pick and Pull, we make it easy to save money on the quality used auto parts you need at a price you can afford.
More to pick, less pull from your budget. Now that's Pick and Pull.
The BGC app, KSAT and TSB are delivering the best high school football Texas has ever streamed.
Hold on to this one. 85 yards.
We have the games, we have the technology, and it's all free. Over 100 games, highlights, and more. Bigger, stronger, better. This season, expect more. The BGC app. Experience the next generation of coverage. Powered by the Children's Hospital of San Antonio.
Welcome back. There you see the winning flag today. The Roosevelt Rough Riders with a 22-16 win over the Churchill Chargers. Our final segment here from Hero Stadium. Bobby Stotzenberg along with Sean Morris, who sat in for Andy Skelton today. You did a great job, my friend. And
thank you.
That was a good old-fashioned knuckle grinder there. That was physical, hard-nosed football. I think it was a great effort from both teams. Both teams made some big mistakes, but in the end, Churchill just couldn't hold on. I mean, it seemed like when they got that lead, they were kind of in the hold-on stage, and Roosevelt, although stymied for most of the game, they're able to get to that winning drive after a big punt return set them up for it.
Absolutely. Brennan Carroll did a fabulous job today of running the ball for the Rough Riders, scored 3 touchdowns. That big 70-yarder to me was really the difference maker because it kind of set the tone for what they needed to do. But I think we were spot on picking our John Wayne player of the game because this defense was so good. I mean, we talked about Josiah Ali in the game he had, but Justice Valdez had another great game. And, you know, we talked about another guy on the other team a lot today, and I don't want to take anything away from from Ramzinski. I mean, just did such a great job for the Churchill Chargers, a guy that you know, I expect to see playing on Saturday next year. But, you know, when it came down to it, really, they made a lot of mistakes. But the Rough Riders did everything they needed to do to win this game, and they won it in the end.
Getting all choked up with you, man. All right, Josiah Ali, our player of the game. Next week, we have another good one for you from this district, as it will be a Thursday night contest. Johnson coming off a loss last night to Brandeis. The Clark Cougars are a surprise and a really good team this season, and that has playoff implications as well. Johnson versus Clark next week on Thursday right here on MeTV. Well, we're going to sign it off from here. Congratulations to the Roosevelt Rough Riders. They stay alive in the district race, now 2-2. Churchill drops to 1-2. Both teams will play Brandeis next. It will be Churchill that gets the first crack at them next week, and then Roosevelt in 2 weeks. But once again, your final score from Hero Stadium on David Edwards Drive, the Roosevelt Rough Riders defeat